Yeah, you'll see the team come over. He's wearing red. I'll point him out for you. Silver Fox. That's it. And then, yeah, so you got it from here, buddy. Good. Nice.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from Waveney Park Water Tower Field in beautiful, bucolic New Canaan, Connecticut. It's an FCFL matchup between the Greenwich Elite Football Club and the New Canaan Rams. I'm Rob Burnett. Of course, you know me as the voice of all of Greenwich sports. That's not really how you know me. I just like to make that up. And we're going to get to our broadcast, but right now we're going to go right down to the field where Chris Jones has New Canaan coach legend Lou Marinelli. Jonesy?
All right, I'm here with Coach Lou Marinelli, the legendary New Canaan coach. He loves it when people call him that.
Legend in my own mind. Yep. There you go.
Coach, you know, you've coached, this is your 40th year, which is pretty impressive, and congratulations on that. A lot of kids learned a lot from you and have gone on and done great things in life. The question I have, you watch film, you get them ready real quick. They work in the weight room. They're all ready for their senior season or their next season anyway. Then you get hit with the invisible thing you can't see, and that shuts everything down. Are the kids ready and focused with such a short amount of time?
The opportunity for, when I look at my seniors, there's no way I could, let them not have a season. So we a lot of people are parents. I mean, New Canaan is a very special place and very special people, and they worked really hard to get this season on track. So this is our third game today, and kudos to the people at Brunswick and Greenwich to put this together, and all the coaches that have done this, to go above and beyond, because certainly the authorities, the CIAC, and the governor certainly doesn't want to see this happen. But so far, knock on wood, we followed the protocols and we've been safe. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, a few weeks in, few games in, everything's good and clear. As long as you're doing the right thing, everything's going to work out. What do you think about, as far as game time here? Let's talk football. Is it your same approach this year as it's been in previous years, as far as how you're running your team? It's still your team. Brunswick and Greenwich High School are a little bit combined. Is it still the same program?
Still the same program. I mean, our kids, they come up. Our youth program is so good. They have about 300 kids playing down there, and they've been able to play. Then we have a freshman team. We used to have a sophomore team, but we haven't been able to do that this year. They've played JV. Then when you have JV and varsity. So they come all the way up through the ranks. And to see your turn be up and you not play. So we just had to do this. So thank you to all those people that made it possible.
Yeah, absolutely. There's such an amazing community effort. Generally in Fairfield County, you have a lot of special places, special towns, and certainly New Canaan's one of them. Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Go out there, do your thing. Let's play some tackle football and have some fun, right?
Hope so. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you the rest of the way, and we'll throw it back to you, Rob.
That man right there has done more winning than I will ever do in my lifetime. And so has Coach Marinelli. I'm just kidding, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. It's crisp, it's clear, it's fall, it's football. And as I've said many times, this is not a one-man job. And if it were a one-man job, I certainly would not be the man. The man who is the man is my new best friend, New Canaan native, the man with two first names, Ian Nicholas. Ian, welcome to the booth.
Rob, I'm touched. Thank you so much. And I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to be with you guys. And you forgot one thing. It's cold. It's football weather.
It is.
I bet the guys in this New Canaan team, Coach Marinelli's team, they love to run the football, and I bet they love this kind of weather in late October on a spooky Halloween. Hopefully we get a fright-filled game, A
spooky Halloween, by the way, and you probably know this, Ian, because you've been getting the same emails I have.
Yep.
It's a blue moon,
yes,
which, of course, is the second full moon in a month, but that falling on Halloween last happened in 1944.
Yeah, shout out to Diego Weingartner, one of the fathers of these players on the Greenwich Elite team, who gave us that little tidbit.
Fun fact.
It's just a historic game in general, and, it's going to be so much fun to see this go down. It is history in the making. We've never seen New Canaan match up with a Brunswick private school kind of team. They're usually playing in a knapsack, but now they're playing this FCFL action, and we can't be more excited.
That's exactly right. For you football fans from this area, it's always, around the water coolers, it's who would beat who, Brunswick or New Canaan, both powerhouses in their own way, and now we're going to kind of get a version of it, although the Greenwich team does have 5 players from Greenwich High School on it, and the kicker from Shelton, but largely the Brunswick team. And New Canaan is
New Canaan.
100%.
Players that are from New Canaan High School, obviously zero affiliation with that high school. here's a player from that school, Nick Rabin, ready to get kicked off in this one.
All right, we're getting ready for kickoff. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in New Canaan. The leaves are turning, and we are ready for some football. And there's the kick. It's going to go to Logan Galetta, who fields it at his own 8, turns it up, takes it out to the right side. It's got some room here on the kickoff. Gets around and has a nice run back by Galetta, takes it up to about the 43. We'll see where they spot it, but right away, it's
Some
that first
firepower.
round. A guy came out. There's no sparring here. We're ready to play some tackle football.
I have some bad news with tackle football. You have flags. There is a flag down right near the 30-yard line, and unfortunately, it's going to be on Greenwich Elite. So, yeah, New Canaan broke contain there. That could have been a big loss, but you always see those penalties creep up on those returns.
I think it was a little bit of a hold on Harry Apelt. I kind of saw that going on the corner there as Galetta turned the corner. So unfortunately for Greenwich, they'll bring that back, and we'll start. Looks like from about their own 20. Is that what I'm seeing there?
Around a 15, but that's tough starting field position. That's not where you want to be.
All right, 1st and 10. We're underway here in New Canaan. Danny Lauder was the backup quarterback at Brunswick behind Nicky Weingartner. Handoff up the middle. There's some running room there. That's Hunter Clark, and we'll see him with the ball a lot today for Greenwich.
Yep, Rob, he's their feature back. That's a great run there. You mentioned it was going to go up the gut, but he's explosive, able to cut it to the outside, follow the blocks of his wide receivers. That's why wide receivers have to block. That's what they have to do. You can't just be a diva if you're out there. You got to set those blocks, and that was an excellent job there, and I believe that is a first down or very close to it.
I think it is a first down. Lauder again to Clark. Up the middle here. Deeks outside. Gets some running room with the stiff arm. Fumble. Ball is loose, and it looks to me like New Canaan has it. We'll see what the men in the stripes shirts say. New Canaan saying they've got it, but it may be down by contact. What do you see there, Ian?
That is exactly what it's going to be. Good call, Rob. Riley Gardner almost popped that ball out to junior cornerback, and Henry Cannon, the senior inside linebacker, number 40, scooped it up in bounds, but they said the explosive Hunter Clark, unfortunately, down by contact. But Clark looks fantastic so far.
Hunter
outside,
Clark,
yeah.
a Greenwich High School student that transferred to Brunswick this year, getting some D1 looks, and we can see why. They go back to Clark again. Oh, no, it's a fake. They faked me out. They faked them out.
That's the whole point.
Lauder kept it. That's a good fake if you're faking me out from up here.
Yeah.
I can see the whole field.
That's the design of a play. The simple read option. New Canaan runs it a little bit with Reed Brown. A little bit of a play on words there, but let's see what this guy can do. Let's see what Lauder can do on the move. You always put a defense in a bind when you have a quarterback who can move like that.
And the other thing about Lauder is this guy's got a gun like you haven't seen. This kid can throw the ball 60 yards. That is not an exaggeration. We'll see if he airs one out.
Yeah, hopefully. A new look here for Greenwich. We're going to go dual backs. You can do a lot out of that personnel, and I'm excited to see what they do.
Lauder out of the shotgun, 2nd down and about 4. Give it to Cece, and nothing doing there. That'll be a tackle for a loss.
Yep, you had Ethan Shallon on that one, number 4 for New Canaan. New Canaan's biggest strength on the defensive side of the ball is their front 7, more specifically those 3 guys on the D-line. Alex Cherry, you see him checking out right now. Number 99, Corey Pickering. Number 4, Ethan Shallon. All of them returning players from last year, starting returning D-linemen, and they are one of the best run-stuffing units you will see in Southern Connecticut.
And Greenwich lost a lot more of their offense to graduation and transfers than their defense. So they're trying to put this together. Lauder on the screen. Gets it out to the flat. We have flag down. Good tackle there on Galetta.
I believe that's going to be, the flag is going to be on Greenwich on Thomas Delgado. I think he knew it instantly, an illegal block, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just get your guys in space. That's what you want to do.
That'll bring up a 4th down. Looks like they're declining the penalty.
Well, Well, yeah, it will be 4th down. So, yeah, they are going to decline it, Rob, and they're going to send the punt unit out. And that's exactly how New Canaan wants to start the game. They live off controlling the tempo and beating you defensively. And they did that on that first drive.
Connor Bailey back to receive. The junior from New Canaan. Cristiano Rosa from Shelton.
Making the trip.
Making the trip, adding to the kicking game here of the Greenwich Elite. Long snap. Gets it up, some good hang time, a little short. High bounce, kind of a neutral bounce, and it'll be touchdown by Greenwich. And now we'll see that New Canaan offense. Talk us through, what are we expecting to see here from this Ram offense?
Well, if you like old school football, ground and pound,
you know I do.
Well,
Ian.
there you go, Rob.
You asked a question you knew the answer to. Ground and pound. That used to be my nickname in college, for gosh
Really?
sakes. Well, I wish it were.
I
wish I had a nickname in college. Go on.
Christian Carson's going to be the guy you're going to see early here, guys. He, number 44, he is a bruiser up the middle. And also Hayden Shin, number 3. This is a first-year starting quarterback in Reed Brown. And they want to make it easy for him, and that's how they'll do it.
Brown hands it off up the middle, nothing doing. And this will be a classic matchup because the Greenwich defense is kind of really where they make their bones. They've got a lot of returning players on the defense. And I know the Rams have a great running game, so this will be a classic, as you say, old-time matchup football here.
No, definitely. New Canaan, they have been terrific defensively. They've held opponents to 15 points or less in each of their first 2 games as well.
Snap, quick throw across the middle. That's Christian Sweeney. Nice quick gain there, quick release by Reed.
Yeah, that's Christian Sweeney's go-to route. Get the 6'3" target with wheels in space. He scored a touchdown off that off that slant in week 1 up against the Badsons Football Club, and a quick gain there makes it 3rd and short.
Reed again out of the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, stacked up at the line, does not get the first down.
No.
Good defense there by Greenwich.
And I'm pretty sure New Canaan is going to go for it here. 4th down and short. Or excuse me, is it still 3rd down? No, it is. It's 4th and short. And already a big play.
Right away, Marinella saying, here we go.
They might be trying to draw him off sides here. Oh, and they're going to bring out the punt unit.
Yep.
They're going to try to catch Greenwich off guard, and it looks like it's going to work.
Interesting. This is why this man, Marinelli, has won 1,000 football games.
Here's the boot.
Good boot. Greenwich doesn't know what's going on right now.
Wow. That was excellent.
I don't think I've seen that before. Have you seen that before from New Canaan?
We saw a lot of trickery last week in the New Canaan-Fairfield game. Fairfield coach Miss Ross was doing some crazy stuff with the punt unit. New Canaan's got crazy with the special teams unit this year. I don't know what's kicked into them.
I enjoyed that. It looked like some kind of fire drill going on there.
Who's on the field, who's not on the field? Greenwich didn't know.
I didn't know what was going on. And I'm not sure what's actually happening at this point. That's that big orange thing on the field there, Ian. What does that tell us? That's not a flag. It's a flag, but it's an orange flag.
It might be too many men on the field.
Well, they had 1,400 men on the field. I mean, I was counting men. They had
counting them?
They had 1,400 guys on the field.
And I have some good news for New Canaan. It worked. Guess who's going back on offense, because that's a 1st down because of that too many men on the field.
So the too many men on the field was from Greenwich trying to react to it, and it absolutely worked. Lou Marinelli showing us some stuff. There's the replay here. Talk us through it, Ian.
Yep, so Nick Graman, he doesn't care how well he punts it. He's just going to laser it because he just wants to get Greenwich off guard as quick as possible.
And it worked. Banging up the middle. That looks like Christian Carson.
It is.
Not much of a gain there. Bring up about 2nd and call it 9.
Yeah, right at smack dab at the 50-yard line. And this is what New Canaan wants to do. Obviously, the running game is not opening up right now, but when you have a 6'6" guy in David Siegel, he's going to go D1 to play football. Teddy DeClue, number 65 in the middle, and then Ned Brady, number 75, 6'4" on the left side. You're going to want to pound it all day long, but it's not working right now.
Well, let's see how we do it. 2nd and 9 from midfield. There's that quick toss, but that one didn't go. Picked up, unfortunately, on a hop there by Charlie Johnson. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was an excellent pressure right off the edge from Greenwich's number 44, Lyndon Gay. He just got shot right out of the cannon over Ned Brady, and Brown had no choice but just save the football and get it out.
Charlie Johnson will be playing lacrosse at Duke next year. He's call him a defensive coordinator on the field, a real field marshal out there. Really knows, keeps everybody in line. Great vision.
If you have an excellent play caller defensively and a guy on the back end you can trust, you've already won half the battle on that side of the ball.
Reed rolls out to his right. Throwing down long, nobody there. Caught but out of bounds. Number 14, Maddox Underwood. Big gainer by the Rams. And they've got an opportunity. There was nobody.
Nope.
Nobody near him.
And as soon as I say that they have an excellent guy on the back end that you can trust, how does Maddox Underwood get that wide open? Just a busted coverage. That's one of his biggest plays of the year for Maddox. He has got a great rapport with Reed Brown, and that was just too easy for New Canaan.
A good play call there. Somehow fooled Greenwich. And let's keep in mind, this is Greenwich's first game of the season,
That's
right?
very
They're
true.
Still, they were practicing in people's backyards trying to get this together. So you can see a little bit of confusion here by Greenwich. There's the screen. Oh, good tackle, fumble. Let's see if it's down by
They're going to rule
contact.
it incomplete.
Oh, rule it incomplete, yep.
Yeah, that hit was just too quick, but excellent blow. And Carson is hobbled up. You can see him right there, number 44. He's going to limp with his power off the sideline. And that's a big blow early for New Canaan if you lose Christian Carson. Phenomenal hit from Greenwich. And now Hayden Shin is going to become the guy in that backfield, number 3. He's very shifty and explosive, but with Carson now on the sideline, look to see a lot more of him.
2nd and 10 now. The Rams penetrating down at the Greenwich 15 after a long pass. We've got a Reed looking at the sideline. Out of the shotgun. There's the quick pass again to Christian Sweeney. We've seen that play on the left. Now we've seen it on the right. And they'll punch it down to, looks like about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Christian Sweeney, he's got really great hands for a guy who's only played the wide receiver position for 2 years. Former running back, a youth football quarterback. That's a tough 1v1 catch on the quick hitch. He secures it.
Big play here now. Reed, a little quick draw here to Hayden Shin. Looks like a small gain.
If anything. Yeah, no first down. It's going to be 4th and short.
4th down. What are they doing here?
Well, they're going to keep Reed Brown on the field, but they're going to bring out the jumbo package. So expect some kind of run as they are not. No, excuse me. They are going to bring out the field goal unit. My mistake, Rob. It's going to be Ty Groff on for the boot.
All right, our first chance at points today. It's going to be about a 30-yarder. Flag down.
And Greenwich is pointing in New Canaan's direction, so that's probably going to be a false start on New Canaan.
It is indeed. That'll bring it back, and I wonder if this changes the decision.
That will be interesting. We've seen Nick Radman these last 3 years as New Canaan's kicker. He is already their punter, and he kicked us off today. But the sophomore, Ty Groff, they have a lot of trust in him, and even with the penalty, they're going to go right back to his leg here.
All right, looks like it's, what do you call that, a 33-yarder?
Give or take. Not easy.
Snap is down, kick is up. Looks like it's got the distance, and it's good. And the Rams strike first with 4:08 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-0. It was started with the what do you call that? The punt confusion
with the
play?
botchery.
The PCP, the punt confusion play. And then, of course, the long rollout pass
to Underwood,
wide open, and they do convert. Greenwich did stack them up there to keep them out of the end zone at least, but it is 3-0.
Rob, I thought you said it really well in the middle of that drive. Greenwich hasn't played a game yet, and New Canaan got very lucky that play had happened, and Underwood got so wide open. It's one thing to be practicing in people's backyards and to feel confident heading into a game, but it's a completely different feeling when you're actually in between the lines playing against a team as strong as New Canaan. So I give Greenwich credit for recovering after that big play. They could have easily fallen apart. They didn't, and they hold New Canaan to 3.
Kickoff upcoming. It looks like it's going to be Galetta and Jalen Johnson back. Receiving for the Greenwich Elite.
And here's Radman.
Kind of a squib kick, picked up at the 20, taken out to the 40, picked up to the 30, forgive me, back to the 40, and Greenwich will start there with 4:07 to go in the first.
Interesting decision there. We've seen a lot of special teams action early on in this game from New Canaan. With the squib kick, even though, yeah, on the last kickoff, that would have been a big return without that penalty. So a great starting field position for Lauder and the rest of this elite club to get back on track.
Up front for Greenwich, you've got Michael Burton, the junior center, a real powerhouse. This kid can bench press you and me together. He can bench press almost 400 pounds.
Don't get in his way.
Do not get in his way. Bo Fawnin up there, Cliff Belknap. Here goes Lauder, rolls out, good pressure, throws it over the middle, and somehow that was caught. No, was it caught? Yes.
It was.
Unbelievable.
That's the craziest catch I've seen in a while.
Thomas Delgado, it looked like two guys were going to have a shot at intercepting that, and
that's
somehow
exactly how you drew it up.
on his back, he managed to bring it in.
I'm pretty sure that went through Henry Cannon's hands and just slipped right into Delgado, who was on his back, and he makes the catch.
Incredible.
And not to mention that the quarterback as well, Lahr, was getting hit as he threw.
Looks like they're bringing it back, however.
Oh, gosh.
Thomas Delgado, a very athletic kid, number one ranked lacrosse player nationally.
Oh, gosh.
So you can see some of that athleticism in the
right
hands.
there.
But it does not count.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. So that's going to bring up, it looks like 1st and 15.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, right near the 35-yard line. New Canaan's defense, they've been phenomenal so far.
Greenwich not getting any rhythm on offense just yet. There's Lauder. Throws one over the middle. Good catch. It's caught there. That's by Logan Galetta. And a nice gain. Bring up a, looks like second and about, what do you call that, 4?
And that was Ethan Challen on the pressure. Great play there from New Canaan. Unfortunately, couldn't convert Challen on the sack. And a great throw over the middle.
Lauder throws the screen. Caught by Delgado, but not much doing, but does get the first, and that will move the chains. .2:59 to go, first quarter. Rams up 3-0. Greenwich starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here on offense. We'll see if the Rams can shut them back down as they've been doing up to this point.
Yeah, Lauder, he's already proven he is not afraid of the pressure New Canaan's bringing.
There's a little draw, nothing doing there. Rams all over that one.
Yep, Will McKay, Ethan Challen. Challen, he's really taken one heck of a leap as a player from junior to senior year. He was a solid starter last year. He's just so much bigger this year. And then Will McKay, the undersized inside linebacker for New Canaan, one of the craziest, funniest guys I've ever been around. And they just know how to shoot their gaps up front, and that's how you shut down draw plays.
Looks like 2nd and 10 now, again from midfield. Lauder again out of the shotgun. Hunter Clark in the backfield. Lauder back to throw. Opens it up to Gardner, but incomplete. Weingardner, excuse me.
It's going to be Matt Benevento on the pass breakup. New Canaan's outside linebackers, they have a big responsibility not only to rush the passer and contain the run, but defensive coordinator Chris Silvestri really trusts Braden Sweeney and Matt Benevento in coverage. And Benevento, you could see it. He knew where that was going the whole play.
Big 3rd and 10 here from midfield. Lauder checking something on the sidelines.
Doesn't like what he sees, probably.
And we've talked a lot about Lou Marinelli, but let's give some props to Wayne McGillicuddy, who's just come in and done a terrific job as the head coach here of the Greenwich Elite Football Club. We'll get more on him later. Pass out to Reed Signer, but dropped. Looked like that one bounced, and it'll be 4th and 10. It looks like Greenwich is going to go for it here at midfield with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's shocking. And Wayne McGillicuddy, he's an offensive coordinator. He likes to throw it around, take risks, and let's see if his decision pays off here. Gonna try to draw him off sides with the hard count.
They may be doing that.
And then you see McGillicuddy signaling in a new play. He's going for it. No backing down now.
Louder out of the shotgun.
Oh,
It's a quick kick.
the pooch.
Trickery inside the 2, and look at that, down right almost at the goal line.
Oh,
so,
no.
Wayne McGillicuddy said, all right, Lou Marinelli, here, I'm
You like special teams?
Yeah, let's do some punting stuff. Let's do that.
That was crazy.
That was a nice play. Wayne McGillicuddy, as you mentioned, an offensive coordinator at Brunswick, played at Wesleyan and was the athletic director at St. Thomas More Prep. And I believe that they led all New England in total yards and offense. So this is a young guy. The players love him. He really connects with guys. I've heard that he's like I think 28, 29
One of
years
the guys.
old. So he's playing Fortnite with them. I mean that's great. A coach that they can relate to, and
Totally.
I think a really a great teacher of football for these kids. They're lucky to have him.
Yeah, he's a crafty guy you can always see in the play calling. I like the passing concepts that they bring, and that pooch kick, you knew something fishy was going to happen on when you were going for it on 4th and 10, and there it was.
Well, now Rams backed up at their own goal line. Louder tries to get a little breathing room, does move the pile by a couple of yards. Gave it to Christian Sweeney.
Yeah, just a QB draw right there, and there's not many plays you can go to in the playbook there, Rob, when you're backed up so close. You don't want to risk anything, especially with a little bit of a lead. And, yep, Brown right up the middle there, and you're probably not going to see anything too crazy right now inside the 5.
A minute left to go in the first quarter here. Rams up 3-0. Pretty tight football game so far.
Now, this is what we expected, a private school team with a bunch of very talented athletes and a New Canaan football team, which has been one of the best in state history. You expected a close game.
It's a dream matchup.
Yeah. Another QB draw for Brown.
They move the pile again. They'll be short of the first. We'll bring up 3rd and about, call it 2.
Yeah, and that's actually phenomenal. You never see QB draws really go for anything outside of a yard or 2. New Canaan now opens up the playbook a little bit because you have a little bit more room to operate. Maybe you can go to the quick passing game, and that's just for guys up front for New Canaan. So big and physical. That's the definition of winning in the trenches. When you have, 3 guys that are at or over 240 pounds of mass, It's just tough when their one job is to go straight at you and attack you.
Well, this is a place where we might, actually the clock runs down for the first quarter. 3-0 Rams. We're going to go down to the field now where Chris Jones and our other sideline reporter, Ben Saleeby, are getting set up. Ben Saleeby, we know him as Mr. Football. Jonesy, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Rob and Ian. I'm going to lose my headset here for a second. Very professional. Benny boy, fantastic first half, close game. What are you seeing out there?
I'm seeing 2 evenly matched teams, quite honestly. Very impressed by the Greenwich squad for their organizational skills and being able to, move the ball up and down the field. New Canaan had a really nice pass play there, but by and large, on the line of scrimmage, they're pretty evenly matched. I think this is going to be a good game as the day develops.
Yeah, solid defense on both sides. Some offensive chances look pretty interesting, and then we have 2. Basically, a little bit of trickeration out there with the surprise punt, the switching the teams there, causing some chaos and creating a penalty, which caused a first down for New Canaan.
You'd expect that with these 2 squads. These are 2 great teams that are coached well, and they've got all kind of tricks and things that they're going to see today. But by and large, you look at these 2 teams; they're very evenly matched. This is a game that we've been waiting to see for a long time, and you're seeing it today on a beautiful day.
Yeah. And then we got McGillicuddy pulling the old pooch kick. Haven't seen that since John Elway in the 1984 Denver Broncos.
Pretty good.
You see how I broke the fourth wall on that one? Anyway, so that's another interesting thing, talking about McGillicuddy, offensive-minded, offensive coordinator over at Brunswick, showing his chops.
That's a good observation. They got it right down to the 1 yard line.
There we go. Rob, we're going to throw it back to you and Ian.
All right, boys, third down up the middle.
Play's blown dead.
Play was blown dead. Let's see what this is going to be.
And it looks like they drew him offside, so I think New Canaan's going to get the automatic first down, and they will.
Indeed. So New Canaan started this drive pretty much from their own goal line. We'll see how far they can take it, but they've got their first down.
And good news for New Canaan fans, Christian Carson, number 44, you saw him take that monster hit earlier in the game, hobbled off the field. He's back in, New Canaan's number 1 running back. And to elaborate on, Chris and Ben said, when you have 2 evenly matched teams like this, Rob, coaching becomes just even more important. 2
great ones. This is Christian Carson. Not much doing there. Bring up a second down and a bunch. Let's talk about the Greenwich defense up front here. Again, this is a lot of guys that played on Brunswick last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a 3-year starter in George Hill along the defensive line, number 44. I already mentioned him, Lyndon Gay. Yeah, I just saw him in the pregame warm-ups. He's explosive and big. And Michael Neviera as well. Just a solid front.
Screen pass out to William O'Connor, brings it down, but again, not a ton.
Yeah, but actually, Christian Sweeney on that quick grab there, and no problem. Sweeney, again, those are the kind of plays New Canaan wants to get him involved in. Just those quick little screens, get your playmaker out in space. He's not the most, I guess, technical of wide receivers, but as explosive as they come. Hard count doesn't work there for Brown, even though he has gotten teams offsides with that this year. He's done a great job with his command. But Greenwich stays stout.
Reed again with the screen. Good defense by Greenwich. Tackled by Jack Mahalik. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And I would say that they're punting, but who knows?
Who knows? At this point, they could have a basketball out there and start shooting the basketball. But they are going to, yeah, you do see Nick Radman out there to punt, number 98, the All-State punter last year. And Greenwich is just winning at or near the line of scrimmage right now. You know, against the Badsons and against Fairfield, New Canaan was able to move up and down the field with that run game, and today, nothing.
So far, the defense has stayed strong. Here comes the punt. Oh,
almost blocked.
Munchon almost got a piece of that.
And a bad bounce.
Or a good bounce, depending on who you're rooting for.
I have to throw my New Canaan bias out the window.
Some of us here from the Greenwich area thought that was a good bounce.
A Greenwich bounce.
A Greenwich bounce, indeed. And Greenwich will start at the New Canaan 45. Good opportunity here for them to get back on top or at least tie the game. Good starting field position.
Yeah, you saw Ben and Chris when they were on the sideline saying offensive opportunities, but they weren't really capitalizing on them. This is your golden one if you're Greenwich Elite early in this game, and I'm interested to see what Coach McGillicuddy pulls out here and if he can get his team in the end zone with this short field. And I've liked what I've seen from Louder. He's fearless in the pocket. As you mentioned, the gun on his shoulder. Let's see him rip it here. That's what the Greenwich fans want to see against this vaulted New Canaan defense.
9:40 to go, second quarter. Rams up 3-0. Louder drops back to the shotgun. 1st and 10. To Clark. Keeps it, actually. Again, faking me out. Flag down on the play. Louder picks up about 7, but I think that's going to come back, and it is.
Yeah, that looked like it was in open space, unfortunately, so probably an illegal block of some sorts. But again, Louder continuing to put pressure on them, so whenever New Canaan sees that zone run look, you always know that Louder can pull it now, and that just makes it more complex. But let's see who the yellow laundry is assessed to, and it is going to be Greenwich.
So that'll back it up to about the 50, bring up a First and 15. Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's a shame because all these Greenwich drives, it seems like it started with a penalty, which you never want to start your drives that way. It kills any momentum that you got on that first play. But it's an explosive group, and they can make up ground very quickly.
And I think some of those penalties, I think some of that's a little bit of a symptom of, first game for them.
Yep.
As you
Mental
mentioned,
errors.
it's one thing to practice in the backyard, another thing to go up against a team like New Canaan. Louder from the shotgun, rolls left, flag down again. This play is blown dead. Let's see what this one's going to be. Offsides against Greenwich. Again, they're still kind of working out the kinks, and this drive that started off in good field position is moving in the wrong direction for the Elite.
I like the play design there, though, what they were trying to go with, a simple QB power to the left with Louder. We've already seen that he is quick with the football in his hands, and the passing game has been up and down with the New Canaan pass rush being very solid to start. But now you're going to have to pretty much go, in my mind, strictly to your pass game now that you're backed up with a 1st and 20 at their own 46.
Well, we'll see if Louder opens one up. We haven't really seen him throw the long ball yet today, and he does have the ability. There's a gun.
Incomplete.
That goes incomplete. Looking for Jason Agadella.
Yep. And that was a dangerous throw, to be honest, down the right sideline. But he was able to fit that in there, Rob. You mentioned he can split the windows of a tight defense.
He's got a tremendous, tremendous arm.
But just a miscommunication there. That was a quick throw, and don't really know if him and the receiver were on the same page. And again, those are the same kind of things. Chemistry does not grow overnight, unfortunately.
Backed up now, so again, 2nd and 20. Louder gives to Clark. And he'll pick up a little, but not what they need here. And this will take it to, looks like 3rd and, let's call it 3rd and 17 from the 52. This drive began at the New Canaan 45, but a couple of penalties and not much doing. We'll see here 3rd down if Louder airs one out.
Oh, they've got to, especially with this trips left look near the bottom of your screen. He's got to put this ball in the air, and he's got to make a big play.
Here he goes. Plants throws over the middle. Oh, bounced one.
And incomplete.
Incomplete, looking for Weingartner, who was open, but Louder was maybe a little bit rushed, threw it low, and Greenwich, unfortunately, gives up a golden opportunity and is going to have to punt.
That was an excellent play design there. Weingartner absolutely wide open over the middle of the field. Get your quarterback some tough throws, but manageable ones. And, it's a little bit of a cold and raw day, not really too windy, and that's a pass you have to complete. As you mentioned, a little bit rushed there, and New Canaan's doing an excellent job, both in the run game and the pass game with their front 7 so far.
Punt upcoming. Connor Bailey back to receive. Low line drive kick. It's another, the ball kind of stops and then rolls back toward the Rams. And touched down there by Owen Navera, one of the twins. And New Canaan will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
And it's funny, there's 2 lifts up here. We're on one of them. I see offensive coordinator Dan Farina for New Canaan on the other one, and he's got a big challenge ahead of him here. You have the lead. Your defense is doing a great job if you're New Canaan, and this is your opportunity. We're talking a lot about opportunities early on in this game. This is your chance to add to that lead and get some offensive momentum, because outside of that one blown play to Underwood, we haven't seen a lot of it for the Rams.
Yeah, it's been very stingy defense on both teams. This is Reed now rolling. Tries to throw against the grain. That's always a tough throw for a quarterback, to be going left, throwing right for the right-handed quarterback, and falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yep, looking for Ryan Corbett, number 8 on the catch and run. And Reed, I talked to him over the summer in a captain's interview. He is one of 5 of New Canaan's captains. He prefers to be in the pocket. Although he has had 2 rushing touchdowns in 2 games on read option plays, he is at his most comfortable and he is at his best when his big bodies, those 5 stars among the offensive line, can keep him clean. Excellent job off the edge there, I believe, from Gay from Greenwich to get that pressure.
Screen pass has some room, but good tackle from behind. Let's get a number on that. Looks like it was Lucas Delgado on the tackle, Ryan Corbett on the screen catch. but not much of a gain, if anything.
Actually, I think that might have been, and it caught us off guard, Chris Connett, who does not play offense so far this year, number 9. They do look pretty similar. But Connett's the star safety and returner of this team, and they just want to get him the ball.
Reed back to throw. Good pressure, but rolls, gets away. Throws one deep. Falls incomplete. Again, looking for that big target of Christian Sweeney, the wide receiver. Had a step there, but the ball didn't quite get there. Some of the New Canaan fans looking for a yellow flag there as he fell down, but I don't think there was any contact.
Yeah, especially when you have back and forth hand fighting, you really can't call much. That was a busted play. Greenwich, especially on this possession, got some excellent pressure up front. As we mentioned, Brown likes to stay in the pocket. Give him credit, though. He did a full 360. He was able to spin out of pressure, avoid a sack, and keep his eyes downfield. Great work from Brown, and that is an extremely difficult throw.
Punt upcoming now for the Rams. Once again, the defense is shutting down this game. Good bounce for the Rams, and Greenwich will just let that one go down.
And fielded by Dylan Murray. Some crazy punts, a lot of spin on that, and no way Greenwich is going to touch that and risk a fumble and muff punt. And we have just seen, again, this back and forth low-scoring game, and it is tense.
Did you expect a 3-0 half?
I don't know what I really expected. I don't know. There was a lot of excitement towards this game, but we didn't really know what to expect, and this is what we've gotten so far. 2 excellent defenses and 2 offenses that are talented, but just haven't gotten anything going.
Still finding their way. This is Louder. See if he gets something going here. Throws out to Signer. Good throw, good catch. Be just short of the first down. Gain of about 9. Bring up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, when you can get the first read open, and Signer was his first read on that throw, it just makes your life so much easier when you can design plays where your quarterback does not have to keep his eyes going everywhere.
Ball goes to Clark, flag down. Clark tries to turn the corner and can't, but a flag in the background. It's a hold against Greenwich, and the penalties are really hampering this offense right now.
Pretty sure that was on the big left tackle, number 65, but Trinity commit Bo fought him because Ethan Challen was adjusting that shoulder pad, and those have been killing him so far. You see some big plays, you see the first down, and then a hold there is going to push him back, and now we're going to be in another hole.
Bo Fawnin, a big, talented player, committed to playing football at Trinity next year. Great kid. Used to play hockey with my son.
Oh.
They used to be, they called them the Twin Towers.
Oh, gosh.
They were both 9 at the time. So.
And they were already that big?
They were already both pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a guy I would mess with on the gridiron or in the rink.
No, absolutely not. All right, 2nd down. Louder guns over the center, but good defensive play there. Yep. Good coverage by Nolan Larkin, the senior cornerback. He was right there. Nice throw, though, trying to thread that needle, but better defense.
And actually, there was a flag thrown on Larkin. The flag was pink, though, not yellow, so it was a little bit confusing. But the far ref did call I believe, an illegal contact or hold
so he's there a little
Larkin.
quick.
So a little too good of coverage.
Yeah, a little too good. Please explain to me why the referee is using a pink flag or an orange flag.
I wish I could provide the color analysis on that, but that's something I can't do. I was confusing. Larkin is phenomenally quick, a 4.45 540 guy. Actually, his first year at New Canaan, came over from a Catholic school in Pennsylvania, but he just got there too quick. It was a good read, and he closed in a little too well.
1st and 10 now. Greenwich on the move. Louder back to throw. There's the long ball. He's looking for Weingartner. There's a flag down. I think that's going to go as pass interference or some kind of illegal contact.
Oh, yeah.
And Gardner, and that may have been a good penalty. Weingartner had a step on him, and that's a kid that does not drop a lot of balls.
It was Weingartner versus Riley Gardner, and the junior for New Canaan. He's going to get a lot more reps today because of the fact that we're going to get a second look at this. You see it downfield, solid protection, stepping up in the pocket, zipping it downfield. And the shame about this is Weingartner probably wasn't even going to get there if it was.
Might not have, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just something you cannot do. Gardner, I think it was just momentum, trips him up. And that is a huge break. Back-to-back huge breaks for Greenwich to move the ball without really having to do anything. Just mental errors from New Canaan. New Canaan is without cornerback Bates Grigsby today. The big senior separated his shoulder in the team's big win over Fairfield last week. So you're seeing a lot more of Gardner and Larkin, and both of them just committed penalties, which is obviously not what you want to see for secondary coach A.J. Albano.
Draw play. Goes to Clark, gets about 5 on the far side. Should bring up a 2nd and 5. Ashton Weingartner, of course, the brother of Nicky Weingartner, the big quarterback for Brunswick last year. And the Weingartner connection was a fan favorite.
Oh.
They found their way many times, brother to brother. And Ashton, one of 5 players selected to the New England Select Under the Radar recruits. So keep an eye on him. He's got a big football future ahead of him. Louder keeps himself, has some room, and that's going to be a first down and move the chains just inside the 30 of New Canaan. 1st and 10, I call it actually from the 30. 5 minutes left to go, and now I think we're starting to see some momentum here for Greenwich.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Rob, they are finally starting to find their way, and the run game is where you want to go for consistent yardage. Hunter Clark has been great all game. It's just been sporadic touches for him. And then you got that read option play. It's been killing New Canaan all game long. Cuts it inside, which is always a risk because you could risk the big hit. Matt Benevento on the tackle. And the good thing is, no fumbles.
Louder gives to Clark. Finally brought down at the 25 by Chris Connett.
Ethan Chowan lost the helmet. But that is just good physical running on the outside. He has great Clark, has great contact balance. He is able to bounce off of tackles. And you can tell that this defensive unit is frustrated of blowing opportunities to stop him sooner rather than later.
That front line starting to gel a little bit. You see Michael Sinisi up there. He's the junior, was a starter at Greenwich High School, has come on big for this team now. They're really starting to move the line up there.
An interesting formation at the bottom of the screen.
Louder has Signer, finally gang tackled, but not until he gets the first down, and that will move the chains. And looks like we're at the 15. Where are we? We're at the 12, a little tough from this angle.
Red zone football, and these are, you always see the red zone stats, how efficient is a team when they get down in these opportunities close to the goal line. That was an excellent concept there, a bunch formation. You're going to see another one here to the bottom of your screen, and it's just confusing this New Canaan back end.
Yeah, they're stacked up on the near side. It's Signer, Ashton Weingartner, and Logan Galetta all on the left. Nothing on the right. This is McGillicuddy doing his stuff. And now Louder rolls right. Not much doing, though. New Canaan rises to the occasion, so whatever that stack left was, trying to draw everybody's attention to the left, opening it up for Louder. New Canaan did not go for it.
Yep, Will McKay was able to get just enough of Louder on that right side, the inside linebacker, to trip him up, bring him down. And you can tell they really want to show off Louder's legs here. I believe that's the 4th or 5th design run that McGillicuddy has called in for him. But as you mentioned, the bunch formation to the left does not do any good. A big 2nd and long here. This is important to keep the momentum in Greenwich territory. They've got to come out with a strong play call.
I think technically they can get a first down inside the 1.
Yeah.
It's not quite 2nd and goal. High snap. Louder takes it. Tries to take it himself, but nice tackle by Will McKay and a couple of other bodies there by the Rams. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. This is a big sequence here. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Greenwich down by 3. Big opportunity here. I know they like to come away with 6 and not the field goal.
Yeah, I mean, any point at this point would be good for Greenwich, especially with the lack of continuity and consistency so far. But you want to punch it in. You want to take a lead over New Canaan. A timeout's going to be called by New Canaan, actually. That is the first from either team this half, with 1:48 left to go in the second quarter.
Quite a game so far today. It's been stingy defense all game long, so you just get that feeling that if you have the opportunity, you gotta take advantage of that.
Points are at a premium today, Rob. You say it perfectly.
No, you said it perfectly. I said many words, and then you just said points are at a premium. This is why if Syracuse doesn't take you, they're idiots. Oh. Am I allowed to say that on the air?
Well, you did.
Have I just embarrassed you? We'll edit that out. We'll edit it out in post.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Ben Talbot's already editing out.
Nah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. You need to punch it in some form. If you take a field goal, you can't miss it, and they have to put it in the air. You mentioned this guy's got a good arm on him. You know, his receivers, the rapport hasn't really been there so far, but I've seen a lot of these read option plays, and New Canaan, outside of that one good run from Louder, they've been all over it. You have to let him air it out, and I think McGillicuddy does have the trust in him. Just don't make a mental mistake. Pick up the first down and 1 or whatever you can. You have to move the ball forward here.
Well, it looks like third down. It'll be from the 10. And again, I think theoretically there's a little room there. I think it's 3rd and 9. I think that the first down is at the 1 if they get there. But at that point, I think they prefer to fall into the end zone. We'll see what happens here.
Yep.
Louder out of the shotgun as usual. High snap. Fakes to Clark, now rolls out, throws over the middle, wide open, and he's in. Who's got it? It's a touchdown for Greenwich. Let's see who made the catch. Those blue and black numbers. (23)
13. Logan Galetta.
Logan Galetta. Thank you, Ian.
No problem.
Hard to see from here from me. 1:47 to go, and it's 6-0. 6-3. I'm having a little moment here as I'm trying to find out who scored the touchdown.
We're excited. Finally, we got some points.
Thank you for covering. That's right. We're excited. That's exactly what's going on here. All right. They'll see if they can add one now. Oh, it's blocked.
That's a live ball. No, they're going to blow it dead.
That's the one thing in football I've noticed. Nobody knows after an extra point is
blocked,
what
are we doing here?
What the heck is going on. Everyone's playing it like a live ball, but that could really come into play later. So it's 6-3 instead of 7-3.
Yeah, it's a field goal game.
Field goal instead of 4 points can be a big difference, especially as you were saying today. Points not coming easy.
No.
Let's even get a replay on that. Here it is. Talk us through it, Ian.
Yeah, so roll out in the play action. You draw the linebackers up. You have everybody confused, and Galetta was wide open from the get-go. You knew exactly where this ball was going. And what you always do with the play action is you put the defense behind for just a split second because you have hesitation. And that was there's a lot of hands there. It might have been David Siegel, big old 77, who got his mitts on that one. You know, you can never, you can get lucky with those blocks. You have to stay disciplined. But on that play design, on the goal line, when you run play action, you always put the defense in a bit of a hesitation moment, and that's what allowed Galetta on that crossing route over the middle to get so wide open.
Well, we've got ourselves a football game here. 6-3. First half drawing to a close, 1:47. I know New Canaan would love to punch one in here in some form, 3 or 6, to go into the locker room with some momentum.
Well, I guess if there is a silver lining at the end of this half for New Canaan, it's the fact that they do get the ball at the half. So there is not too much pressure to get some points, but you would definitely like to see a strong close offensively to this half.
Kickoff taken by
Chris Connett.
He's got some room.
Goodness.
He's got some room. He's at the 50.
Oh, no.
He's got some room on the end. Nobody's going to stop him. He's running it all the way back. Touchdown, Rams. Huge kickoff return by Chris Connett.
Deja vu. He did it last week to the left end zone, 99 yards to the house. My God, he's going to college to play UPenn lacrosse, but I would love to see another 4 years of Chris Connett playing football. He is special with speed. You cannot believe. He's been doing this kind of stuff on this youth football field since third grade, Rob, and it does not get old.
You saw him. He had a step. Once he had a step and a half, and it was good night, Irene.
That's why they try to get involved offensively, because when you put the ball in his hands, he's a difference maker. He's had 3 interceptions through 2 weeks, and just like that, any momentum Greenwich had is halted for the moment.
Is gone. Now here comes the important extra point, 9-6. This one's up, and it
no good.
Is not good.
Off the right crossbar.
Hits the crossbar and comes back. So.
Oh gosh.
Now it's 9-6. Both teams missing extra points. Still a minute 26 to go, and we were going from no points to now points everywhere. We'll see how this one ends up.
It's special teams again. And let's look at this.
There's the run back.
You see Connect, there's not a lot going. Up, out, and once he's there, you know he's gone. The kicker's not getting them, no offense. He tries, but what an excellent angle there from the crew.
Jalen Johnson takes a stab at him at the end, but there was no stopping him. And as you said, a second kickoff run back for him in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and both of them not like any pooch kick, not any kind of insane thing there. Ty Groff here on the kickoff, but he sees you cut it left, and then he's just so smooth. He can accelerate so easily. He makes it look like it's second nature to him. Cuts it to the outside right. Even if you have a few steps on Chris Connect, pursuit angles don't matter because he's just got speed.
Well, Greenwich will see if they can answer the bell here. Still a minute 26 to go in the first half. Now 9-6 Rams. If you're just joining us, Rams got on the board first with a field goal, and Greenwich came back and scored 6, missed the extra point, and the Rams came right back on the return kick. Good kick, fielded back at the 5. Good coverage by the Rams, taken down at the 22 by Vinny Cognetta, the junior. Good special teams coverage there with minute 18 to go, first half. And what do you expect to see here from Greenwich?
Well, especially from how they've played it offensively so far, I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. I would think conservative. But at the same time, you got to remember, as I mentioned a second ago, New Canaan gets the ball at the half. So if you're Coach McGillicuddy, I would definitely give it a few stabs here. If you can get a big play on first down, you try to go all the way. And if nothing goes for you, I think you just try to run out as much clock as you can and go into the half down 3.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Knowing Coach McGillicuddy and his offensive background.
Anything's possible.
Here he goes. Louder's thrown over the middle through a crowd. Good defense there. Looking for number 13, Logan Galetta, but broken up by Harry Apelt. Good defensive play. He had 3 guys hanging on him. That was going to be a tough completion.
Yeah, he stuck it where it needed to be, a pass over the middle, and there was a lot of New Canaan bodies there, but it essentially was a 1v1 between Galetta and Apelt. Apelt thrust into the lineup last year at safety with a lot of injuries, up and down play, but New Canaan trusts him, and he makes a big play there.
2nd and 10. Greenwich from their own 22. Draw play to Clark. Has a little room. Good tackle there by number 33. Matt Benevento, senior linebacker, ties up Clark. Not an easy guy to tie up, but managed to get around his legs and bring him down.
Well, he's a wrestler, too. He's a wrestling captain. He knows how it is to be on the ground and to be physical with somebody else. He almost slipped away there. That could have been a big play. New Canaan calls for a second time out of the half with 1:09 left.
They're looking to get it back.
All of a sudden, even though New Canaan hasn't put up an offensive touchdown, any opportunity you can get to get your offense out there is an opportunity you will take with this little time left. So a big third down on the horizon. Excellent tackle there from Benevento to keep Clark from busting it to the second level. And now, what will McGillicuddy do? Will he try to keep the ball out of New Canaan's hands, or will he go conservative maybe with another run? That's going to be a crucial decision late in half number 1.
Looks like we've got about a 3rd and 5, would you call it, from here?
Yeah, the ball is at the 26-yard line, and Gilbert Clay has the down marker at around a 31-32. So I'd say a third and 5.
Yep.
And there's a lot you can go into the playbook. We've seen that Greenwich is not afraid to run the ball on long downs, so you could still see a Hunter Clark run. You could see a Lowry read option. We've seen a lot of design runs for him. They haven't really established a consistent passing game over the middle. That's what I would try to target here, because New Canaan's got 2 new starting inside linebackers. Right now it's going to be Matt Benevento and Vinny Cognetta on the inside. And I would go right at them. Even though they are 2 great players, you know, New Canaan's bringing pressure here, so there might be a wide open play over the middle of the field.
Here we go.
Can't get them off sides with the hard count. And now you're going to see a shift. New Canaan's pressure is going to back off for the moment.
Louder takes the snap, gives to fakes to Clark, goes up the middle. He's got some room, got the first down and some more. Takes it across the 40. And there's still 56 seconds of clock to work with. Chains are moving, and it looks to me like McGillicuddy and the Elite are looking for points.
Yeah, they called the timeout. They already had 3 in the back pocket, so they're going to burn the first. As I mentioned a second ago, they don't care where the ball is. They will run it. And they do trust Lauer with the ball in his hands, just a strict QB power up the middle. New Canaan faked and disguised the look of pressure, but they did not bring either Cognetta or Benevento on the blitz. So that's why that opened up so quickly. And great play there.
That fake to Clark is very effective, because I think, you know, he just draws so much attention as the running back. So when Lauder keeps it, and he's got some quickness as well, he had some open field.
That's what you saw, especially on that goal line touchdown play too, is Clark, he's already established he is a running threat. And once you've established the threat of a run, the play action and the play fakes become much more believable. And you do believe that at any situation they can hand the ball right off to him. And once you have a blue chip back like Hunter Clark, it makes your play calling a lot easier. It opens it up.
56 seconds to go. Greenwich from their own 41. Snap to Lauder, throws wide.
Yeah.
Looking for Signer, but the throw is low. Good defensive coverage there by Riley Gardner, the junior cornerback. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's come up short on a couple passes so far today, and again, it's just been New Canaan's pressure that's getting to him so far. But it does stop the clock if you're looking at anything. You can keep those 2 timeouts in your back pocket, and you still have a lot of time left with 52 seconds.
52 seconds, plenty of time here for the Elite. Down by 3. Lauder back to throw. He's going to air that one in the center. Good catch by Ashton Weingartner in a crowd.
And Chris Connett took an absolute shot. He's a warrior, though. He gets right back up. He can do it all. What a grab. I mean, he got rocked. A risky throw. Ashton
Weingartner. That whistle's from another field, I believe.
Oh, no.
I think that there was a whistle, but
let's look at
there's the Weingartner catch. Let's see. Great throw down the middle, but look at him going up and bringing it down in a crowd. Good concentration. Great hands.
Yeah, it was actually Weingartner who delivered the blow on Connett. Connett came up from the backside. Larkin was right on his hip. And that is just a risky business. And you've got to have a lot of trust in your wideout to throw that ball in 1v1 coverage over the middle of the field. And Weingartner is proving why he is under the radar, but now no longer. We know him.
We're putting the radar on him right now. Lauder back to throw, throws wide, got Signer, caught, taken down by Riley Gardner.
And he kept them in bounds, so that means Greenwich Elite's going to have to use their 2nd timeout. 1 left in the back pocket, 26 seconds remaining. And now time starts to become a factor.
Well, things getting interesting here at the end of the second half. It's been a defensive battle. 9-6 with 2 missed extra points. And Greenwich would love nothing more than to, at the least, tie this thing up, and at the most, punch one in and get a little momentum at halftime. But I think they're at least moving the ball now a little bit more than they had early in the game. New Canaan was really shutting them down, and then you kind of saw the grease start to hit the wheels a little bit, and I think their offense actually now is starting to move a little bit more. New Canaan scored, of course, on the
kick return.
But it's a good football game. These are two really solid squads.
Most definitely. And Greenwich definitely has the offensive advantage right now in how they've played over New Canaan. New Canaan lives and dies off that run game, and they can establish the physicality that they want to bring. And Greenwich defensively has matched it step for step. Offensively, we've seen a lot of risky throws over the middle in a run game that's worked and is allowing some of those throws to open up a little bit for Greenwich. And you get to see the wheels are starting to churn. They're finding what they like to do.
Here we go, 26 seconds to go. Second and about 5. Louder back to pass. Throws one over the middle. Caught and brought down, but caught by Thomas Delgado. Big gain there for Greenwich. And that's going to be first and goal with 18 to go. Chains move. Clock is stopped.
Even though no timeout was called, I believe. But McGillicuddy is going out there, so he did use that last timeout.
He did use the timeout.
With
so
18 seconds left.
18 to go. Ball is at the 6. Good throw, good catch. Delgado on the catch. And Connor Bailey
on the coverage
brought him down. If he wasn't there, this thing would be 12-6 right now.
Yeah, let's look at his second look. Keeping his eyes downfield. You got 2 routes over the middle. Chris Connett has to pick one. He doesn't pick the one with Delgado over it. And Connor Bailey in decent position, but with no over-the-top help from Chris Connett. He goes right, and that leaves Bailey on an island, one-on-one. And we've seen it so far from Greenwich Elite, whether it's Weingartner or whether it's Delgado there. They have guys with speed on the outside. A lot of them play lacrosse. You got to move up and down the field in lacrosse with speed, and that's the same thing you need to have. You got to be able to separate as a wide receiver, and they have those downfield threats that can burn you in one-on-one coverage.
Thomas Delgado, the sophomore, 3-sport athlete, football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
Wow.
And you see the athleticism. Big chance here now. Louder looking for the end zone, throws inside. He's got the catch, but not all the way in. Clock will continue to run now. That was to Delgado. Greenwich is going to have to hurry now. Clock down to 5.
Just a spike.
They're going to have to spike it quick, down to 2. And they did manage to stop it. Oh, now they just...
I believe it is 2 seconds, yep. The clock shows 7, but it should be...
It was down to 2, and then
it is 2.
Then it jumped back to 7. I think someone from Greenwich is operating the clock. So there might be one more chance now. What do you do here, Coach Ian? Do you kick the field goal or do you punch it in? What do you do?
I think you try to punch it in. Oh, and there is the score bug. And they are going to try to punch it in because, you know, in a game where we mentioned the points have been few and far between, you have the momentum. And momentum is everything in sports. New Canaan's defense, you know, you can tell. They're getting a little tired. They're making those mental mistakes. But they're not going to go with Coach Ian's advice. They're going to go and they're going to kick the field goal because everyone's coming off the field, I believe.
It looked like New Canaan called a timeout
you're
there,
right.
I think is what's going on. And we're a little confused about, I saw the scoreboard down to 2 seconds. Now it says 7. And now I'm 1 second. I'm being told 1 second on the clock.
It's a weird looking one.
That is not a 1. That's a 7. I'm sorry, but that is a 7. But nonetheless, this should be the last play of the half.
Yep, it will be.
And it looks at this moment like Greenwich is going to try to score the touchdown and not settle for the field goal.
Yeah, and I do like that decision from Coach McGillicuddy. He does not want to leave potentially 3 to 4 points on the board by kicking a field goal. And even though this is a big risk because New Canaan does get the ball on it at the half, but it shows you one thing about him. He trusts his defense because if he's going for a touchdown here and they don't get it, then he knows his defense is going to have to come out swinging once again at the start of that second half. So he has a lot of faith in his quarterback to make the right decision here, and he has a lot of faith in his defense that if they don't get it, they can stay strong defensively in the second half. And I agree. New Canaan's offense has not been able to get much going at all in this half.
Excellent point. We've got this bunch formation again with Signer, Weingartner, and Delgado on the left. Louder now this time goes there, gets it to Weingartner. He's in, touchdown! Ashton Weingartner It was the same look they gave last time, but last time Louder rolled to the right, so New Canaan might have been leaning, but Weingardner open, hauls it in, brings it in for the touchdown. A gutsy call by the Greenwich Elite, and it's 12-9, and they'll try to add one for the extra point.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's where I thought the ball was going to go, because when you have that bunch formation so close to the line, I'm pretty sure Coach McGillicuddy has watched a lot of NFL football, because it's that quick screen game. A lot of NFL teams like to do it. Get your playmaker, Weingardner, out in space, and you got to get 2 solid blocks, and it worked.
Kick is up, and this one is good, and that'll give the Greenwich Elite a 13-9 lead going into the half. Quite a half of football.
Yeah.
Not a lot of points early, and then suddenly they started to come.
Yeah, but just to expand on that last play, here's the replay. You have a 3-2 advantage. You only have 2 guys out there for New Canaan, but you've got 3 Greenwich players, which means you've got a mismatch, plain and simple. I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Greenwich's wide receivers are not afraid to throw their bodies on the line and throw a clean block. That's exactly what they did there, and as soon as you saw that bunch formation in that mismatch, you knew that was where Greenwich was going to attack.
Well, I know Chris Jonesy Jones is trying to get Coach McGillicuddy for a little chat at halftime, which would be great because there's a lot to talk about here. This has been quite a football game. A lot of a bit of a chess match between these 2 coaches with
yes.
trick punts and then going for it with 1 second on the clock down at the goal line. So we'll see if Jonesy can line up Coach McGillicuddy.
Yeah, he's going to be hopefully working his way over there in a second. I bet he's still very excited about how that half ended, Rob. But as we mentioned earlier, when you have 2 coaches as evenly matched and as good as these 2 are, you have to coach your best game, plain and simple. I do see Coach McGillicuddy working his way over to the sideline, so we will get that interview. Hopefully we can get a little bit inside his head there, see what he was looking for on that last drive. And you remember, they started that drive with under a minute left.
Yep.
And they were just able to go right down the field and show you what this Greenwich offense can do when it's at its peak. Explosive, down the field, and decisive.
Well, I see Jonesy fist bumping with McGillicuddy. And I think whenever they're ready, we'll go on down there. And let's hear from Chris Jones and the Greenwich coach.
2 weeks to get ready, ultimately?
About a week and a half.
Turn the mic up.
Week and a half.
Your program is so incredibly organized and ready to go.
Spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out.
Sorry about that. The mic wasn't live. We'll start again there. Fantastic half of football. You guys look very organized with such a short amount of time to get ready.
Yeah, we're shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. Penalties, bringing back big plays, but we're starting to iron it out. We had to get our feet underneath us, but we'll be fine.
It seems like once you guys got going, got settled down, the momentum really picked up, and especially with the offense, you guys are firing.
It's one day at a time. It's a whole team game. Can't give the offense credit. Defense made a huge play. Special teams really helped us with getting the ball down on the 1 yard line, so that flipped field position on us. So it's a whole team game.
I have to say, very impressive. You guys having a short amount of time. New Canaan's been at it for a few weeks now, and a little bit more prep time, but you guys are going head-to-head with them, toe-to-toe, play for play. It's just fantastic football.
Yeah, the kids are doing a great job. They're overcoming adversity and they're adapting. It's all about the kids. The kids are here. The kids are working hard, and it's all for them, and they're making the right decisions. Fantastic,
and congratulations to the new offensive coordinator over at Brunswick, and I'm sure this gig kind of hit you by surprise.
Yes, it did, and I am. And I'm grateful for this opportunity. It's been a great ride so far, and I look forward to more.
You're definitely stepping up, and it's been fantastic to watch. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you for your time, Coach. I'll let you get back to your squad.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right, Rob, we're going to throw it back to you.
Thank you, Jonesy. We are at halftime here in New Canaan. It's been quite a back and forth. I'm with my friend Ian, who knows everything about New Canaan football. Tell me what you're seeing out there. Is there anything that's surprising you? Is it exactly what you expected? Talk us through.
Well, I didn't really know what I was expecting heading in the kickoff. I was expecting a great game of football. That is exactly what we've gotten. I didn't know if it was going to be this close, but as those guys mentioned, it's been play for play, down for down. Everything matters, and it's been exciting. I didn't expect Greenwich to come out so slow, but maybe I should have, as you mentioned, because the prep time for them has been very limited. So I think I've seen two Greenwich teams. A Greenwich team of the first quarter that couldn't put anything together, but looked solid defensively. But then we saw the offense come into play in that second quarter, and they looked more like the team I was expecting. Explosive, athletic, and just very clean. And hopefully that's what Coach McGillicuddy gets more of in the second half. That's the first time I ever heard him speak, and he seems like a phenomenal young leader who's going to be a big part of football in Southern Connecticut for a long time. You saw it. That's his offense. He knew they made a lot of mistakes, Rob, and he took ownership of that. He wasn't going to say, oh, everything is peachy and perfect. He's going to be a leader of this team who's going to see where there are mistakes, and he's going to clean them up in the 10:45 we have between halves right now. He's going to clean up as many issues as he can, and they're going to hopefully come out firing in that second half.
Well, this is the game I always like to play at halftime, and I'm going to play it with you. You are the New Canaan coach. You're talking to your boys.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying?
I'm saying we have to get it going with those 5 guys on the offensive line. You know what you can do. You're big, you're strong, and you can go toe-for-toe with any defensive line in the state of Connecticut. Prove to them who you are. Get this running game going. Make things easier for quarterback Reed Brown. Put some points on the board that aren't coming from Chris Connett, because Chris Connett can't play all positions on the offense. He can only do so much, and you need the offensive line to come alive. And if I'm Coach Marinelli, I'm going right to those guys. Offensive line coach Bruce Cunningham, former head coach at Wilton. He's a first-year coach here. He's a very passionate guy, and I bet he's hammering home those words as well. Play like you know you can play.
All right, that will do it for us for halftime. We will come back in a little bit and rejoin Rob Burnett and Ian Nicholas here from New Canaan. We'll be back. It's 13-9. A fantastic football game so far, a fantastic fall afternoon here in Southern Connecticut, and we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. We don't have sponsors. We'll be back soon.
We'll see what we have.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Gangsters moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind, and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the Aston Martin, y'all thought it was rented? Flexing on these, I'm like Papa on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can to mean cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she don't ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands on my toes. Cause these want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These try to take my life, they around, get killed. You around, you around, you around, get smoked. Cause these Philly, I pull with me, don't around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young that's rolling, I got throwing bees. I done did the DOA, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that, I get to throwing 30 G's. I'm gone.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at New Canaan. The sun's starting to set. We've had a great first half of football. Let's throw it down to the field to Chris Jonesy Jones and Mr. Football, Ben Saleeby. Boys?
Benny, what are you seeing out there? Great half of football. Tempo has really been the key, I think, and also Greenwich kind of getting back into a groove.
There's no question about it. You know, I was concerned about time of possession early on. I thought that New Canaan really kind of dominated in that with their offensive stances, but give it to Greenwich for their defensive play, not giving up and holding them to really just a field goal on blown coverage there in the first quarter. And then the return there, New Canaan, give them credit. The kid made a really nice cut down the field. But all in all, it's been a pretty even ball game. This is something we've been hoping for, and we're glad to have it, actually.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, such great athletes on both sides of the ball. It's been an exciting game, no question about it. What do you think about this is just Greenwich's first shot out there. New Canaan's been at it for a few weeks. They're really starting to gel. I think it's taking a little time to get their plays, get their feet moving, get things going.
No question about it. I had a chance to talk to the head football coach at Greenwich High School, Anthony Morella, and one of his comments was if Greenwich can just hang there with them early on in the game, that sooner or later they'll find their pace and their flow, and they'll be able to execute and make plays on the ball field. I think that's what we're seeing right now, Chris.
I'm going to have to agree with you. All right, Benny and I signing off for the moment. We may be back up to the booth. Rob and Ian.
Thank you, Jonesy and Benny. Tremendous. You're both very handsome on top of everything else. They're much more handsome than we are, Ian. But we're smarter. We got the brains, and they're just good-looking guys.
Well said.
Let's clean up a couple things here. We do have a sponsor, Elite Fitness and Performance, who a great local fitness place in Greenwich that actually paid for all of these beautiful blue and black numbered uniforms. Mm-hmm. So thanks to them. And the second thing is that pink flag, of course, for Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep,
October.
Last
so.
day.
That's the reason the refs were using a pink flag, so we wanted to get that right. Of course, an important cause, and we're all behind that.
Yeah.
And here we are, second half underway. It's a short kick. I think they weren't going to risk the long one.
Not anymore.
It didn't work out last time. Yep. And as you were mentioning as we closed out the half, New Canaan starting, how important is this first drive to come out, get some momentum for the Rams?
It is critical that they get something on this drive. As the sideline guys mentioned, they talked to Greenwich's head coach. If they could just hang in there, which they've more than hung in there, they're up by 4, then the floodgates would start to open in the second half offensively for them. So Reed Brown in this run game have to come alive in this half. They have to get started off straight. They have to fire off the ball, run those patterns correctly if you're a wide receiver. And offensive coordinator Dan Farina has to call an excellent possession of football here, as they'll start at the 40-yard line.
So far, the Greenwich defense has more or less shut New Canaan down. The big touchdown came on special teams. Run up the middle. Not much doing there. This is that Greenwich defense that has a lot of experience. Their offense is a little bit newer on this team. The Greenwich defense, you've got Colin Molshine up front and All Erickson, all New England player, playing lacrosse at Princeton next year, a football, basketball, 3-sport athlete. George Hill, of course, the senior captain, also all Erickson, all New England last year. They've been really tough. Lyndon Gay, the senior, Vincent Cece, who was a captain of the GHS team, one of the 5 Greenwich High School kids coming over onto this team, joining Brunswick, and Lucas Delgado. We've seen his brother Thomas all over on the offense, and Lucas playing lacrosse at Michigan. So a lot of good defensive presence there by Greenwich.
An encroachment will go on Greenwich, though. That's going to move New Canaan up 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5. That's big, or excuse me, 2nd and 4 after that 1-yard run from Hayden Shin to get things going here in half number 2.
Again, McGillicuddy talking about Greenwich. Airs one out there. Big throw to the big. What a fantastic catch! Number 16, Christian Sweeney, the big target. Good coverage, but not close enough. Fantastic throw. Reed aired one out near side, and Sweeney pulls it down.
When you have a guy that quick and that fast, the corner route is deadly, and that is exactly what they drew up there. And great throw from Reed Brown, angling it right to the sideline and using the length. Christian Sweeney, he's developing those ball skills day by day, newer to the position than most. Phenomenal play.
Reed handoff up the middle, some room. Gets into the backfield. That's number 3, Hayden Shin, the senior. Punches it down, and just like that, 10:47. We haven't been here that long, and the Rams are already down inside the 10.
You could tell that was a play that Dan Farina at the half, that pass play to Christian Sweeney, that was a play they were going to come out with early, one of their key ones that they were saving for later. And that Hayden Shin run, he is shifty as heck, and a good run there.
First and goal, goes up the middle, gain of about 4.
Yep, right back to Shin, and just a one cut back. He makes one cut, and he still keeps that same explosion. A little bit of guys at the bottom of that pile. Everyone is okay.
A little slow getting up.
And this was similar to how it was in week 1. Christian Carson got off to a decent start, but in the second half against the Badsons Football Club, they relied a lot on Hayden Shin for those spark plays in the backfield. And with the running game in dire straits after that first half, Shin is getting it alive here right now.
Second and goal, back to Shin up the middle. Good tackle there by number 63, Maurizio Arango.
Another Greenwich player.
Another Greenwich High School player, yep, joining this squad.
And that's just a great play. Hayden Shin is a guy, if you give him a slip of room, he will split defenders and move, and he just pile drives them right into the ground. You can't split that.
Huge third down play upcoming for the Rams. Looking to regain the lead here. Goes to Shin again, but Greenwich is all over it. Mulshine's in on it. Lyndon Gay in on it. It was a wall of blue, and now it's fourth down. And Coach Ian, what do you do here?
Well, I see the long snapper and not the kicker, so they're going to go. This time they are going to go to the jumbo formation. Earlier I was wrong. Oh, wait, I'm wrong again, Rob. They're going to go.
Thank God, because I've been wrong all day. I like when you're wrong. It makes me feel better about myself.
It's going to be Ty Groff on the kick once again. It seems like Groff is now taking over as the Rams' field goal kicker over Nick Radman. He made his first.
Reed Brown on the hold, though. Oh, what happened here?
A false start on New Canaan.
So they'll bring that back, and that might reduce some of the options, because I notice here that Reed Brown is holding, and with Marinelli, you never really quite know what's going on, and maybe backing them up 5 yards makes the actual field goal attempt a little more likely than going for the end zone.
No crazy trick play here. A Ty Groff field goal definitely on the horizon. And hopefully I didn't just jinx it.
Snap is down, kick is up.
It's good.
And it's good.
That was a knuckleball. I don't know. That was hey, if it's in, it's in.
It's in.
Doesn't matter how it goes in.
That's exactly right. So 13-12, we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned nail-biter here, Ian.
Yeah. Ty Groff, great kick. It's funny because Reed Brown is the holder. He was the holder the last 2 years. Speaking of Reed Brown, let's look at his beauty again. One-on-one coverage. Christian Sweeney at the last second gets the separation he needs. He put it right in front of him. Another great camera angle there. One-on-one coverage up against Lucas Delgado. And then we saw Hayden Shin, who unfortunately couldn't punch one into the end zone, but keeping the momentum alive. And then when they needed him the most, Ty Groff, he's 2 for 2 on field goals today. He is keeping New Canaan in this game. Not easy kicks at all, not chip shots. And he is definitely proving his worth. Only a sophomore, Rob. He's going to be the guy for the future of this New Canaan kicking unit.
13-12 here, third quarter action. Sun is setting, the shadows are gone. It's all pretty much in a sunset situation here in New Canaan. Could not have asked for a more beautiful day.
Yeah. It's been crazy weather this fall, but finally we are just getting, not 70-degree weather, not crazy winds or rains, just a perfect day for some private league football.
Private league football. Fielded by Greenwich, taken out to the 28. Good special teams coverage there by the Rams, and the Greenwich Elite will start up. So far, their offense, again, as we've talked about, stalled in the first quarter, starting to kind of get some momentum. McGillicuddy said it himself at halftime that they've been shooting themselves in the foot a little bit with penalties. Some of that probably just, getting used to being back on the field, as we've been talking about as well. But how about Wayne McGillicuddy? I mean, is there anybody that just looks and feels and sounds like a coach like that?
No.
I want to play football for that guy, and I don't even play football.
He reminded me a lot, to be honest, of Coach Marinelli. Marinelli, one of his favorite phrases is shooting yourself in the foot. He always takes responsibility. Run there goes nowhere on the design run to the quarterback. But, McGillicuddy is just a guy who's got every box checked in that little interview.
Yeah.
Look at the mistakes first. Recognize the other parts of a team that are doing great work and that his offense, he's taking responsibility there. They need to get it going. He'll take the blame, and that's what great leaders do. And he's a guy, as you mentioned, young, relatable, a football player in college. The guys like playing for him, and you can instantly sense why.
Will be a big asset at Brunswick as the new offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah.
This is Louder looking to throw. He's airing one out, looking for Delgado. Delgado falls down, and the flag comes down. Big play there by Thomas Delgado. Harry Apelt not loving that call, nor the New Canaan fans. Here comes the replay.
Yep, Harry Apelt, he has had some problems with penalties in the half. And again, this is another ball that might not necessarily be catchable, but that doesn't matter. The quarterback puts it out with plenty of room to run under it, which makes hand fighting and grabbing more likely when you put more air on the ball. There's more opportunity for error. And he's got that cannon. He lets it rip. That wasn't really an open throw. He tried to throw him open with the overtop coverage, but that's where New Canaan has been bitten in this half. The 1v1 coverage down the field where these playmakers can just run under it. It doesn't even matter if they need to catch it. That's going to actually go as a hold, not a pass interference, so the ball is not going to be moved all the way up, but they will get 15 yards, which is obviously an excellent way to start your drive.
All right, 1st and 10 now for Greenwich, starting from their own 42.
Uh-oh.
Flag thrown.
Yeah, it's going to go on Greenwich.
Once again, offsides. This is what McGillicuddy was trying to get straightened out at halftime, but it's just, I just think it's a little bit of rust. I think that's what you're seeing there.
It probably and most definitely is, as we've mentioned, the first game for this Greenwich Elite team in this private season, the first football they've played since last year. And even if you know what the count is going to be with an offensive line that needs to get the jump against this stout New Canaan defensive line, you're going to have your mental errors with the starting of the line.
1st and 15, back to Louder, rolls to his left, throws over the middle. He's got Delgado. Good move there in some open field. He's down to the 40, down to the 30. Good block by Signer. Delgado holds up, still on his feet, cutting back the other way. Finally tangled up and brought down, but not until he gains a bunch. And Greenwich will be 1st and 10 from the Rams 11.
Can somebody just bring him down? That is probably what defensive coordinator Chris Silvestri is yelling at on the sidelines. They had him dead to rights, Rob. He made the catch in the middle of the field. You'll see it here on the replay. There are 3 guys right there. And P. Henry Cannon brings down his own teammate, Chris Connect, and the speed is on display. Nolan Larkin took a little bit too strong an angle. Wow.
Greenwich tries to punch it up the middle, not much there. Bring up 2nd down, and you can see the athleticism of Delgado. Again, he's the #1 ranked lacrosse player in the United States of America. And I think you saw a little bit of that speed and quickness.
And the #1 reason of heart attacks in New Canaan, Connecticut after that play.
Well, this is, go ahead. No, you go.
Thank you. I love the play design, too, the rollout, because New Canaan's pressure from inside the pocket has been fantastic. Get your quarterback in a clean state of mind, wide open over the middle of the field, and just put the ball where the guy can run after the catch, and that was a gallop.
2nd down for the Elite. Louder fakes to Clark, now gives to Clark. Forgive me, didn't fake to Clark. Goes up the middle. Moved the pile quite a bit there. Let's see where they mark it.
Probably right inside that 5-yard line, I believe. It's going to be 3rd and goal. And this is one of the biggest plays of the game that we are going to see. You see Coach Marinelli on the sideline there. He knows his team needs to get a stop right here because Greenwich's offense is just starting to take control. And this could be their 3rd touchdown, and you cannot let them get that confident in that in sync. in this game.
And once again, I think there is a first down possible just inside that goal line if it comes to that. This is Louder now, thrown to the corner. Good
Incomplete.
coverage, incomplete.
No flag.
That'll bring up fourth down.
Yep, Nolan, 5:19 left on the clock. Nolan Larkin with that pass breakup. It's only his second game because he was a transfer. He did not play that first game. And you saw it. They wanted to go out. They're going to change a lot of personnel here. They wanted to take that shot at the end zone.
Well, it looks like they're going to kick the field goal, try to get a little breathing room, make this a spread of more than 3 points for New Canaan, since New Canaan has been having trouble getting the ball in the end zone. They did score their touchdown on the special teams run back, that plus 2 field goals. Big kick here, snap down, it's up, and it's good. And that'll put Greenwich up 16-12 with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. They would have loved to have the 6, but I'm sure they'll very happily take the 3.
Yeah, they will. And that was a great play call in my mind from McGillicuddy. Even though it did not break their way, New Canaan in 1v1 coverage today has been hit or miss at best without their number 1 corner, Bates Grigsby, out with that shoulder injury, as we mentioned earlier. And they're going to attack those guys. Even though Riley Gardner and Nolan Larkin are solid ball players, they're going to take their shots. And a solid ball there, maybe a second late, but Larkin, good, clean coverage right near that right pylon. It's exactly what you want to see. Larkin's a phenomenal athlete. He's got solid ball skills. He had 2 or 3 pass breakups last week. 16-12 ball game. And just like that, New Canaan's offense stays, not too much pressure right now.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this ball's not going to go to Chris Connett.
That's not going to be the craziest thing we've said all day.
Well, we'll see. Last time they kept it away from him. He's awful quick back there. Ran one back this week and last week. Here comes the kick.
Yep,
It's the little squibber.
Right to Cannon.
Turns it up, and that will give New Canaan some pretty decent field position, but it looks like Greenwich is willing to give that up and just not risk that big return by Connett.
Cannon's actually a pretty solid player with the ball in his hands, too. New Canaan actually did a fake punt last week. It was a direct snap right to Henry Cannon. Very short, just short of the first down. So he picked up like 14 yards, couldn't get it past the yard marker, but he's a solid player to get in the ball in his hands as well. And let's see what Reed Brown and crew can do here.
Well, big set here for New Canaan. They really need to get some offense going. The Greenwich defense is starting to grind these guys down a little bit. 5:07 to go. Big set of downs. They'll start from their own 42.
Yes. Christian Carson back in the ball game to Brown's left.
Handoff up the middle, but once again, Greenwich is there.
Yeah, it's been a rough game for Christian Carson. He's probably playing a little bit banged up after that big hit he took in the first quarter. Hayden Shin has just found more success, and the blocking really hasn't been in there on the inside runs to Carson. This team loves to establish the momentum, and as the guy said at halftime, they love to keep time of possession. But they've been living and dying off chunk plays right now, and that's not how they want to play offensive football.
2nd and 10. Thrown over the middle. That's caught by Underwood. Nice gain there by the Rams. That, I believe, will move the chains. If not, it's very close. Yes, it will move the chains. 1st and 10 inside the Greenwich half of the field now. It's 1st and 10 from the Greenwich 47.
Let's see if they can translate that big play into a good drive.
They've had some luck with those short little slant patterns across the middle. We'll see if they do more of that. Now it's a QB draw, keep, and he taken down, but does pick up about 5 on the play. 2nd and 5. This is some good movement now, a little momentum gathering for the Rams.
Yeah, to go back to that catch from Maddox Underwood, he told me after last week's win against Fairfield, even though it was a big 22-point win, that Dan Farina, the offensive coordinator of his team, his former wide receivers coach, told him, we're going to get you more involved. He had that big catch earlier in the game on that broken play, makes another one there, and he's had his impact.
Screen pass, missed tackle, puck goes up the middle, but good, they close down quickly as a team there. There's that big target of Christian Sweeney. Pulls it in, cuts back, had a chance to break it open, but some good hustle there by the Greenwich defense. Closed it down.
He was one of New Canaan's running backs sophomore year, and he runs the ball like he is still playing that position. You get the ball to him in space. I sound like a broken record with it, but he can make you miss. He's faster than you. He's probably bigger than you, and he can embarrass you as well.
Huge play here, 3rd and 2. Probably in 4th down territory at this point if they don't make it here, but let's see what happens. Kept by Reed. He's going to be very close. Let's see where they mark it.
And they are going to give him the first.
They are going to give it to him. 1st and 10. Brown gets over the line.
You know, Reed's seen Danny Lauder run the ball over him in the first half, and he probably told Coach Farina, hey, I can move. Give me the football.
Give me the ball,
Give
Coach.
me the ball, Coach.
Well, he did it there. 1st and 10 now. Big set of downs here for the Rams. Now from the Greenwich 35.
Always a risk when you put your quarterback in the line of fire, especially a guy like Reed who isn't the most natural runner, but he's taking care of that football and getting the yardage he needed.
Brown hands this one off. Once again to Hayden Shin, who plows up the middle. Call it a gain of about 2.
Yeah, probably maybe 3 or 4 because he got stood up after the 2 yards, and Hayden, not the strongest guy, but he was able to get a little bit of an extra push.
He did. He fell forward. So that'll bring up about a 2nd and 6, call it.
Exactly that.
2:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Good football game here this afternoon in New Canaan. Brown takes the snap. Oh, might be intercepted. Do they call? Yes, they're calling that an interception. Number 10, Jalen Johnson, laid out for that one. It was a quick out throw. They've had a lot of luck with those quick passes, but it almost looked like there might have been some signals crossed there. Let's take another look at it. Talk us through it.
Brown was looking to the sideline. This one was just too quick. A miscommunication between Brown and Corbett. Corbett, the ball's just not where it needs to be. It has to be more out in front of him. And Johnson, sticky in coverage. Read Brown step for step on that one. He knew exactly where it was going. And just great ball skills.
Well, that's a big turn of events there for Greenwich. Getting the ball back. New Canaan finally getting some momentum, and that's turned around in a hurry. Clark now spins around, flag down behind the play. Clark still on his feet. Takes about 7 guys to bring him down. And they finally do, but it looks like this is again going to be a hold against Greenwich, and they're going to back it up. These penalties are really costing them so far today.
See, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. You get the game-changing turnover that you need, especially with the lead right now. If you're Greenwich, you finally had the momentum back, and then all of a sudden you set yourself back 5 yards on the hold. Obviously, Greenwich still has the lead and still has momentum after that huge interception. That was Brown's first interception through these first 3 games. He kept the football clean. That's one of his best qualities, is taking care of that ball, keeping it in New Canaan's possession. But that was just a great play from Johnson.
Yeah, again, it almost seemed like some kind of miscommunication.
A little bit.
It seemed like he was thrown to a spot, and nobody was there.
And Corbett was not there. Corbett ran a slant, and it looked like it probably should have been some sort of quick hitch, and Johnson was where Corbett probably should have been.
Great athletic play by Johnson to dive and catch that one. And here comes Greenwich now, backed up after the penalty. Lauder back to pass. He's going to air this one out over the middle. He's got some room. It's caught by Signer. He's got some room. Take it down from behind finally by Nolan Larkin, but a huge gain by Greenwich.
Larkin got lost, and thank goodness he's a fantastic athlete and a track player as well. He was able to recover, but what a post-route run right there. That must have been, let's look at the replay. That's some excellent route running. Phenomenal blocking up front. He steps up into this bullet. Larkin gets lost. That should have been a touchdown, but Larkin's probably the fastest player on this field for New Canaan. He is the fastest player on this field for New Canaan. Wow, that's fantastic.
Big turnaround there. We go up the middle. Not much doing there. Gain of a 1 or 2. And we're under a minute now to go in the 3rd quarter. A couple of big plays here in the last few minutes. The interception by Johnson, and then the big throw down the field by Lauder.
It's again, New Canaan has a lot of faith in their defensive backs, but today Greenwich is really starting to just pick them apart in 1v1 man coverage down the field. We've seen Riley Gardner get penalized a few times. Nolan Larkin has been up and down. He made that play in the end zone earlier, but then you also see it there. He got lost a little bit on that 1v1 matchup with Signer.
Well, big set of downs here.
Most definitely.
Louder back to throw now. Good pressure, and this one's going to be picked off by New Canaan. And some running room, too. That's Harry Apelt. Finally brings it down. A lot of pressure on Louder. Give that interception a little bit to the defensive line, right? That one was just kind of hung up there. Some great pressure by New Canaan, and that's a big play on the other and going the other way.
That's when you try to get a little too greedy. I saw what they were trying to develop there. It was a double move play. You're going to see it at the top of your screen. You look, it's the hitch and up, and no one senses the pressure. You see it's Ethan Challen who comes in and rocks him on the ground. That ball does not go where he wants it to go at all, and Harry Apel can thank Ethan Challen for that interception afterwards, because you know, as a Giants fan watching Daniel Jones every week, I've seen those interceptions before.
You're an expert.
I'm an expert on the oh my goodness why interceptions, and that was one of them there. Good heads-up play from Harry Apelt. You see him right there, looking at the monitor, looking at the replay, and you see Chris Silvestri in the mask, and that's what he's going to say. Ethan Challen and the rest of that New Canaan front four created that interception.
Well, New Canaan answers the bell. This is like a heavyweight bout.
Oh, yes.
Greenwich intercepts.
And that's how you start our fourth quarter.
That's our fourth quarter. Here we go. They could have easily folded up after the interception and the long throw, but they come right back, get an interception themselves. And here comes New Canaan trying to come back and take the lead here.
Play's blown dead. And there's the flag. And it looks like it's false start on New Canaan, and it will be.
Well, they'll back that up. We have not seen a ton of penalties on New Canaan today. Greenwich has definitely gotten the lion's share of the yellow or the pink.
Or the pink. Yeah, in the first half, both teams were a little bit out of sync, but in the second half, we've seen less laundry on the field. That's just what happens when you get more settled into a ball game. You get in your groove, and you stay disciplined. And when you have coaches like McGillicuddy and Lou Marinelli on your sideline, you do not want to hear them yelling in your ear after those plays, and the players are finally waking up.
1st and 15. Reed rolls back. He's taken down. That's a big sack.
And Brown is rattled up. That was from number 1, Nolan Morris, the Brunswick captain, if it was a traditional season, and Brown took an absolute shot to the midsection.
Shaken up there.
See, the most important part of a rollout play is the protection on the play's side, because the pressure can get there very easily. Luckily, Reed Brown is going to walk off the field under his own power with the help of his trainer. In especially this close a game this late, you're going to see Henry Cunney most likely be New Canaan's quarterback. For the next few moments, let's look at Emmy. He stepped up right into it. He did not see that coming. And that's just a delayed blitz, I feel like. You know, the pressure came off the rollout. It was well protected at the beginning. And then you see Morris come right from his linebacker spot on the outside, swoop in, and catch Brown off guard. So here he is.
Has Henry Cunney taken any snaps this year so far?
I wish I could say he has, but this is going to be his first moment as
goes.
New Canaan's quarterback. He's a talented junior on the JV team.
Handoff up the middle, not much doing. That'll bring up 3rd and about 22.
And this is a tough spot to be in for New Canaan. Do you trust your young junior quarterback, Henry Cunney, to make a play with the ball in the air? It's cold, it's frigid, the ball is raw. Or do you go a little bit more conservative here, give it to your bell cow, Christian Carson, hope he can do something with it, and then hope Reed Brown can get out when they get the ball back? It's going to be a big decision.
Here it comes. He's back to throw. Throws a screen. Caught. But taken down is number 44, Christian Carson.
And now Carson is again banged up. And he is in the ground in some serious pain. He's going to pop, hopefully, right back up. I do like the play call, though. You do put Carson in the line of fire, but don't give Henry Cunney anything too extreme in his first snap. Let's look at the second. I mean, Carson has been the recipient of a couple of massive shots here. No one out there to block that one. And number 38, Mr. Jack
Mahalik. Yep.
I believe he gave the blow to Carson earlier in the game, and he's going to do it again. Those two are not going to be friends.
Mahalik is the fastest kid on the Greenwich team, playing football at Yale next year, committed. A terrific, terrific player.
Yeah, he just closes space so quickly.
Yeah, we've really seen him blossom over the years. And here comes the punt, almost blocked. Good punt, though. Nice spiraling kick. Not much of a bounce.
Right at the 40.
At the 40, so Greenwich will start up 1st and 10. They'd love to put 6 on the board here and get some make it a 2-possession game.
New Canaan's defense has showed up all game long, Rob, and they're going to have to show up one more time right now.
Indeed.
Because now with Christian Carson and Reed Brown on the sideline, I think both of them just have the wind knocked out of them after a couple big hits. I see Carson, he looks like he's all right moving around, and luckily, or hopefully, Reed Brown is fine and just lasered and the wind knocked out of him. But this defense needs to show out right now.
1st and 10, Greenwich starting from their own 40. Louder keeps, gets some space. Looks like he picks up about 7 or 8. We'll see where they mark it. Bring up a 2nd and about 2.
Yep, good blocking on the outside there. Chris Connett had an angle at him and then got stopped by a perimeter block. And you're just going to want to chew up as much clock as you can here. Keep the ball in your possession. If you score, great. Make it a 2-possession game. That'd be picture perfect. But just continue to start running the clock out right now with your lead.
2nd and 2. Louder looking to the sidelines for some direction.
Tries to get him with the hard count. Doesn't. And now telling the O-line what the deal is. Telling him who the mic is. All that good stuff. Man in motion.
Delgado in motion. They give it to Clark. Goes up the middle. Nice gain there. 1st down, Greenwich. They'll move the chains there to the New Canaan 42. And what I've noticed here, Ian, is that once Louder started airing the ball out, that just opened up a lot of options.
It opened, as we mentioned, the run game opens up the pass game. The pass game opens up the run game.
Yep.
Hunter Clark is not the fastest guy you will see, but as we mentioned earlier, he's great through contact. He can slip tackles, and when the defense has to play back a little bit more for the threat of a big home run ball, which we've seen plenty from Greenwich, you said it perfectly, it makes Hunter Clark's job a lot easier.
Very tough to bring the junior down. Just very, very powerful runner.
Yeah, just some guys that seem like they have butter all over them, and he is one of those guys who is hard to tackle.
Again to Clark, up the middle. Pick up a couple. Should bring up about 2nd and 8, call it.
And that's how you stop Hunter Clark. You gather to where the football is. You see Shallon, Braden Sweeney, and Henry Cannon all converge there. And last time I checked, it's harder to break 3 tackles at once than it is to break 1 tackle at once. And that is how you stop him. Gang tackling. You're preached gang tackling from the time you pick up a helmet to the time you play in the pros. And that's how you eliminate the run game.
Yep. Again to Clark. He's got some room here. Tries to cut outside. Brought down. Again, good gang tackle by New Canaan. Picks up about, call it 3, make it 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6 on the mark. 3rd and 5. That front line of Greenwich doing a pretty nice job there. Michael Burton, Bo Fawnin, Cliff Belknap, Michael Sinisi. You know, some of these guys haven't played together for a while, so they're still kind of getting their groove together. Yep.
I mean, the O-line, you have to always be in sync, and I think something we should have touched on probably earlier is the fact that half of this line doesn't even go to Brunswick, and that's a crazy thing to try to pull together.
Louder caught in the backfield now, spins, tries to get ahead, but good tackle there by Greenwich. Harry Apelt in on it. By New Canaan, forgive me. 4th down now. What do you do here from the 33? 4th and 3.
Well, a punt makes 0 sense.
Right.
And, you know, if you turn the ball over on downs, you're not giving up too bad a field position at all. It would be inside the 40-yard line.
Huge play here.
This is one of the biggest of the game.
7 minutes to go. New Canaan needs the stop. Greenwich would like nothing more to take more time off the clock and get another set of downs.
Just over 7 minutes remaining.
16-12, a fantastic football game here in New Canaan. This is Louder. They go to Hunter, Clark, and he's stacked up. New Canaan rises to the challenge and holds him at the line. Looks like Chris Connett in on the tackle and a bunch of others.
And Corey Pickering a little rattled up after that one. Chris Connett, when the lights shine brightest, and the lights are now on because
Dylan Blair, too, on the bottom of that pile.
When you have Chris Connett on your team, he is not afraid. He's a little bit undersized. He is never afraid to go in the box and make a play. He can make kick returns. He can intercept passes. It's been an up-and-down game for him. He's had his moments of up-and-down play in the secondary. Speaking of guys who are not down for the count, Reed Brown is up and back.
Reed Brown back in the game, and that's good news for New Canaan. This is a huge set of downs here. Just under 7 to go. Back to pass. Throws one long, looking for Sweetie. Oh, it's almost picked off, but it goes incomplete.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Who is that? We got to get a number on that, but there's...
It's number... Fixing his cleats. Number 28. If there is number 28 on the roster.
Not seeing a 28. Somebody...
Number 20.
Number 20.
Lucas
Delgado.
Lucas
Delgado, of
Oops.
course. Yeah, he's going to... We know what. No matter what happens here tonight, we know what the last thought Lucas Delgado will have before going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
He will say, that ball was in my hands. I almost picked that off. But nonetheless, it goes incomplete, and that brings up a 2nd and 10. The Greenwich defense has really shut down the Rams over the middle. There's that little slant pass, incomplete, good coverage. Trying to look for Corey Pickering there, the senior. But a tough throw and a crowd of blue.
Actually, I'm not sure. Number 5 usually is Corey Pickering. I think he might have had a change of numbers, so not positive on
I'm gonna
who
trust
that
you.
is, the mystery man.
Okay.
And on that last interception, Rob, again, it was almost similar to that last pick from Greenwich. Reed got pressured. Christian Sweeney turned into a defensive back and broke the pass up to Delgado and bailed Brown out of an interception down the field.
Brown back to throw. Airs it out, looking deep. They both go up for it. It's going to go incomplete. Good coverage there by the Greenwich corner. I can't see that number. Can you?
Let's see. We got the close-up here. Number 27 is Greenwich's Charlie Johnson.
Charlie Johnson.
And again, another 1v1 ball down the field. New Canaan has taken their shots today. I think there's a lot of time left on the clock. 6:26 is an eternity in a football game. And Coach Dan Farina is really trying to get his team back in this game emotionally, and those shots just weren't working. 1v1, Greenwich has been very strong today, and Chris Connett, again, had to turn into a defensive back there. He usually is a defensive back. They switch it up. He plays wide receiver, and he can't haul it in.
Nice punt. Fielded to the 30, dropped, but recovered. Big opportunity there.
Even the fair catches aren't a given.
Riley Gardner and Dylan Murray both had wide eyes and saw that ball on the ground, but it was gathered up, and 6:19 to go, 4th quarter, and Greenwich with another chance to make it a 2-possession game. But, boy, both defenses really have been answering the call here.
Chris Silvestri, I'm not sure who Greenwich's defensive coordinator is in this private season. Chris Silvestri has been around here for decades, former Gatorade Player of the Year as a player. He's been on his coaching staff for well over a decade, a former FCAC Assistant Coach of the Year as a DC. He gets all the credit in this world, as well as the assistant coaches under him, for finding a way to stop this high-vaulted offense for most of this game.
1st and 10, fake to Clark, rolls out.
And
That could be a defense. That's an no.
It is.
Yes, it is an interception.
Nolan Larkin.
Oh my gosh! They faked it to Clark, rolled out, and Nolan Larkin makes a huge play for the
We're
Rams.
at a loss for words. Gosh.
That's a pretty good sentence to describe all of my broadcasting.
This game went from boring to, can we stop? We need a moment to breathe. It's just like that last interception he threw. There's pressure there. He takes a late hit.
Yep.
Nolan Larkin has been up and down today, but you can tell he's a very positive guy. Welcome to Connecticut, Nolan. We appreciate that you don't go to Berks Catholic High School any longer in Pennsylvania. They needed you here in New Canaan to shore up the secondary. He's been very solid today. In life, once again, New Canaan cannot blow this opportunity, Rob.
Well, we'll see if they take advantage of it. We're getting to 6 minutes. The clock is starting to become part of this game. Low snap, fielded nicely, shin up the middle, but taken down, but not after getting close to the first down and gets the first down. Big play, a lot of momentum shifting here. We hear
a car in the background.
It's either a fan or someone stealing a car. We're not sure which. Either way, it's exciting. There's Shin. Good defensive play there by Greenwich.
Number 22 all over that one. Yep. Colin Molshine said, enough, stop this guy. He's been running crazy over us all game long. Hayden Shin has proven today why he needs to be more involved in this backfield. He is the 1B to Carson's 1A, and when they need him the most, it is him in the backfield right now. Great play from Molshine.
A lot of experience, Molshine, a big part of that Brunswick defense last year. All Erickson, all New England player.
I'm very interested to see what New Canaan does here on his 2nd and long. A lot of options. Will they choose the right one?
Back to throw.
Oh.
Airs it out, but too far for number 13.
Griffin Koch.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down as we are approaching 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Quite a football game here today, Ian.
Quite a game, Rob. It's everything we could have asked for and then some. We've had the big moments back and forth, the turnovers, the big plays. That one you see again, Brown just pressured from all fronts. Hayden Shin stood in there, the pass block, but he's not really a pass blocking back. Did his best, and that ball had no chance of getting to Griffin Koch.
Here we go. Big, huge 3rd down. New Canaan at the 30. Brown takes the snap, rolls back, pressure from behind. Thrown, catch! Not quite in the end zone, but a fantastic catch by Ryan Corbett, the wide receiver senior. And that's a huge play as the Rams offense comes alive, and it's going to be 1st and goal here with just over 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Here's your second look. Sorry to cut you off there, Rob. Wow. Ryan Corbett, he's shifty with the ball in his hands. The Canadian-American, as good as ever. He had a couple drops in the red zone last week. He's put that in a rear-view mirror. He's back to making big plays for New Canaan in the crunch time.
Ball is kept up the middle. It's going to be close, but not in.
Reed Brown.
Brown kept it himself, got it down to, looks like about what, the 2 or 3? And that'll bring up 2nd and goal. And boy, with a 4-point lead, they gotta go all the way and punch this in now. They're not stopping until
There's no turning back.
There's no turning back.
Brown is actually, he's going to stay on the field. He went right to the sideline, the head coach Lou Marinelli, to figure out what the heck are we doing here, coach? They bring in the heavy personnel. I've said that like 3 times today, and every time they do it, they bring out the kicking unit. This is not the kicking unit. This is the heavy set. This is, we're going to put it down your throat. We're going to score some points. And Greenwich says, wait a second. Oh, no, New Canaan says, wait a second. They call the timeout.
Well, this is a huge moment. I think they want to make sure they get it right. They know what they're doing. They do have a few tries to punch it in from here.
And they have plenty of time, too. No need to rush with over 4 minutes left.
4 minutes, a lot of time on the clock here. What a fantastic football game. The temperature has gone from, I think we started around the mid-40s, and now I'm not a weatherman, but I think it's negative 18 degrees. That's what I'm guessing.
And I think you would do great at any station that would want you.
It's gotten awfully cold up here in the scissor lift, don't you think, Ian?
I do think so. We're bracing the elements just like the athletes down on this water tower turf, Rob. And this is the weather New Canaan wants to play in. They love to run the ball. We have not seen that identity today because Greenwich Elite has done an elite job of shutting down the run. Hayden Shin has had his luck. Christian Carson is not. And I think they will go back to Christian Carson here. Even though he's bruised and battered, he is a guy that you want the ball in his hands. When you need 1 or 2, he can eke it out. He's a bowling ball. They don't call him Bediesel for nothing.
Here we go. This is what you kind of want. It's the Rams run game against the Greenwich defense, down 2nd and goal, I should say, from the 3. Brown keeps it himself, moves the pile. We're looking for arms going up, and they're not going to go up. So we're going to get to 3rd down. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the touchdown. They waited to make the call to get it right. And they did call a score, so there you have it with 3:53 to go. This is quite a ball game, back and forth. The Rams punch it in, and that'll bring it to 18-16. And I don't have to tell you, but this extra point couldn't be more important.
Ty Groff, the sophomore. But actually, let me tell you something, Rod. They've used this trick play personnel a lot this season, and they're just going to – the special teams has been nuts for New Canaan this year. They go back to their normal PAT personnel. This is huge. Can the sophomore Ty Groff convert? He's been perfect so far today, outside of, I believe, a blocked PAT earlier.
Right. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good.
Whoa.
So New Canaan will take a 3-point lead with plenty of time to go. It's a barn burner. Is it a barn burner or is it a nail biter? What would you say?
Nail biter. We haven't seen, it's not like 55-54. The defenses have been spectacular. Reed Brown, if there's a will, there's a way. He should have been down before this. Look at the hole. This is just it's like waves crashing against each other. And New Canaan's wave won. Everyone just lunging number 17, Reed Brown, into the end zone. He now has 3 rushing touchdowns through 3 weeks. And Reed is not too mobile a guy. He's probably stunned that he got that one in. And New Canaan couldn't be more happy. The defense has provided the opportunities for both these teams today to let it rip on the offensive end. And Nolan Larkin, with that excellent jump on the ball, just like Jalen Johnson did moments ago, earlier in this quarter, he provided that opportunity for New Canaan. Dan Farina and crew converted.
2 huge defensive plays. At 19-16 New Canaan, and that was their first offensive touchdown of the game, actually, right? It was the run back, 2 field goals, and that, right?
You're exactly right, Rob.
The missed extra point. There's the kick, fielded by Greenwich. We got some room here on the outside, turning the corner, getting up. Across the 40, good run back, and Greenwich has given themselves a chance.
But the bad news is there's a flag thrown all the way back, and they have a 25-yard line. It's a hold on Greenwich. And if I were Greenwich's head coach right now, I'd probably be saying some bad words, but shooting yourselves in the foot is the proper way of saying what went on.
The broadcast version of that phrase.
The PG.
Yes.
And that's tough.
That is a tough bring back for the Elite. 3:47 to go. Well, here it comes. This is the drive. This is what they need. Do you see is it a hold?
It might have been on, it came right when he broke out to the left. Not sure who is on. Maybe it might have been on number 55, Michael Neviera, but I am not positive. There's so many bodies in the middle of the kick return. It's the most penalized play in football because you have just big human beings running right at you down the field, and they're going to start right near their own 10.
Louder back to throw over the middle. He's got somebody.
Which body?
He's got, these numbers are not easy to read at night.
No.
Am I right about that?
You're right. Let's see, that is number 21, Mr.
Delgado.
Thomas Delgado, but number 1.
Yeah, Thomas Delgado's been lighting it up all afternoon. That Louder to Delgado connection has really been working. 3:26, first down. Greenwich on the move. Louder throwing again.
Incomplete. Might have jarred out at the end of it, but they are going to give it to him.
So that is a catch.
It is.
Yes, okay.
Clock will still roll.
Clock's rolling, approaching 3 minutes. Second and about 5. Greenwich from their own 35.
And Greenwich is going to take their time here. 3 minutes is a lot of time to work with. All 3 timeouts in their disposal.
Snap to Louder. They're going to the throw. No, he's going to keep it himself. Now it goes to throw. Flips one ahead.
Ooh.
And it's caught.
That's risky business. That was tough. I thought that might have been a forward fumble for a second. He was just trying to keep that play alive.
Flicked it up ahead.
Look at the wrist. And Coach
close to the first down. We'll see if they give it to him.
They will.
That is a first down. So
that's big.
A good athletic play there by Louder. And 2:36 to go. Greenwich first and 10.
Yeah, you can see why he's getting D1 interest. He's just smooth with the mechanics and with the footwork. He can step up and glide here and there, inside, outside the pocket with ease.
Louder back to throw again. Down the middle, throws a gun. It's caught. No, it's dropped.
Chris Connect came in with the breakup.
So that'll be 2nd and 10. But interesting here, Greenwich going to the pass game, trying to save some clock, trying to gain some yardage. 2:19 to go, down by 3. It's been a fantastic football game this afternoon as the sun sets, and we are now under the lights here in New Canaan at Waveney Park. Louder rolls to his right, throws, caught at the New Canaan 45. That's number 13. Logan Galetta had himself a nice afternoon so far.
Great ball location from Galetta. I'm not even sure if it was supposed to go to him, but he was right under it. An excellent throw on the rollout, well protected by the right side of that Greenwich Elite front. Gave him the time to sling it.
Greenwich on the move. Louder back to throw again. He's going long. Nothing doing there. Looking for Signer. Good coverage by New Canaan. Number 11.
Nolan Larkin once
Nolan
again.
Larkin.
And that was just, I'm pretty sure he didn't even care if his receiver caught that ball. He was just slinging it, hoping, I think, Larkin would get handsy once again.
Yep.
And Larkin learned his lesson after that critical penalty earlier in this game. Great play there from the senior.
Well, we're just under 2 minutes. 19-16, Rams are up.
The definition of crunch time.
Greenwich on the move. I'm not sure there's a lot of people you want more than Wayne McGillicuddy calling this offense right now.
He has had some phenomenal play calls down the field. He's the one guy that can give you that opportunity to break it open.
Louder, quick throw out.
Oh.
Ball is caught, and the clock will keep running. That's Ashton Weingartner again going up in a crowd. A lot of confidence from the junior.
That's a risky throw. Braden Sweeney was right under that one in coverage. I don't think even he expected that ball to be thrown. He was right there. But an excellent catch from Weingartner.
3rd and 2, 1:30 to go. Looks like we got a timeout.
From New Canaan.
New Canaan timeout. They're going to talk it over. And I'm not sure we could have asked for much better than this.
No, this is the perfect football game, truly. You've had the chunk plays, you've had the disappointment, you've had the trickery. And, you know, it's not a blowout where you feel like, oh, can we get some defense? No, we've seen plenty of defense. This game has been dictated by the defense.
Yep.
And it's going to come right down to when the clock says 0-0-0. And right now, I don't know what personnel you come out in if you're Wayne McGillicuddy. I saw he came out in that bunch personnel to the bottom of the screen before they called the timeout. And New Canaan knows that's been their kryptonite so far today. So
now let me ask you a question about the FCFL.
Sure.
If Greenwich comes down here and ends up kicking the field goal, and it's 19-19,
does it go into overtime?
What happens?
That's the greatest question in New Canaan, Connecticut tonight. You've got to assume that it's going to be just like normal, and the game will go into overtime.
I think if that happens, you and I will both die of hypothermia. So we got to hope for either a touchdown or nothing. 1:32 to go, 19-16. Fantastic football game.
And there's the bunch personnel again, and New Canaan does not look prepared for it. They're going to signal out one more guy. Clark's going to go there, too.
Yeah, Clark goes. They got 4 guys stacked to the left. Louder now tries to keep it himself, but swallowed up whole and brought down. Huge defensive play. Number 58, Alex Chur on the tackle. And I think Braden Sweeney, I think, got a piece of that one as well. 1:27 to go. This is going to bring up 4th down. And this could be the game on the line right here. What do you think, Ian Nicholas? What do you do here?
Oh, this is the game on the line, Rob. And this is a tough spot to be in. 4th and about 5. What a play there from Alex Chur. We've seen that Lauder does love to step up in the pocket, and it bit him there. Chur got him right by the ankle. Sweeney came in to finish him off. Excellent discipline along that defensive line to know where Lauder is and to track him down.
That was that stack formation that we've seen a couple of times earlier in this game. One time,
Exactly.
Lauder rolled the other way. The other time they scored the touchdown to Ashton Weingartner. This one, he didn't really seem to give a look over there, I didn't think. I don't know if he got kind of tangled up and then seemed to want to keep it himself, but good defense by New Canaan.
Yeah, sometimes when you have so much action over the middle of the field, it's hard for a high school quarterback to go through his reads. He's not being paid $40 million to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
And he had the pressure there, too.
Well, here we go, my friend. 1:27 to go. Game on the line, 4th and 5, and we've got another timeout on the field. A
From
lot
New
to
Canaan.
talk about.
Oh, gosh.
I think Lou Marinelli wasn't quite sure what he was looking at, or no, I shouldn't say that. He's always
knows
sure.
what he's looking
He knows
at.
exactly what he's looking at. I don't mean it that way. I think he wasn't sure that his guys knew what they were looking
Yep.
at. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to guess what Lou Marinelli is thinking.
He is one
He's
of
always thinking the right thing, that guy. He's been there
Yep.
for 40 years. He's amazing.
There's a reason. Yeah, and they really know how to draw up a perfect theatrical football game. Just when you think, oh, here's our moment. No. We're going to keep the suspense going. A pin could drop here, and you could hear it. Everybody is on their seat waiting for what could happen. I have no idea what personnel Coach McGillicuddy in this offense is going to come out in. They've ran it a lot on these 3rd and 4th and longs. They are not going to run the ball here, and I hope I'm not, giving anything away, but this is going to be a pass. This is going to be New Canaan in their pass rush. Can they get the jump, and can they get something open? They've targeted the sideline a lot, so maybe a sideline ball, their playmakers can make space near the boundary. Here we go.
Here we go. 4th and 5. Ball game on the line. Greenwich needs the first down. Lauder out of the shotgun. Back to throw. Throws for Weingartner. He's got it for the first down. He holds on. What a throw. What a catch. The sure-handed Ashton Weingartner, as you pointed out earlier, no longer under the radar.
Diego Weingartner's probably jumping on the field right now. His father, a great guy. New Canaan sent the all-out blitz. Greenwich was ready for it. 1v1 dime.
Clock moving, a minute to go. Another throw. Again to Weingartner. He's got it.
Will McKay again. New Canaan is just sending all the pressure they can at this Greenwich front. McKay broke through, get the hit. It doesn't matter. Weingartner again, 1v1, a body right on him. And he is just putting the team on his back right now. He's playing hero ball.
Clock down to 53 seconds, and we get another timeout. What a football game this is. Maximum drama. The ratings are going through the roof.
We've just surpassed the Super Bowl numbers from last year.
Yes.
Let's look at the replay. Here's McKay, comes in late. Oh, how does he make that catch? Harry Apel's all over him, and he just slips his body in. Here it is again, the pressure. McKay comes in, and he just snatches it away from Henry Cannon. These aren't defensive mistakes from New Canaan. It's just one man, number 4, Mr. Weingartner, who's saying, 1v1, you cannot guard me.
Yep, he's really putting it out there. Anything near him, he's hauling it in with tremendous concentration, taking a hit if he needs to take the hit. He's already got a TD catch on the day.
Yes.
Gets the big first down catch, and here we go. This thing's still far from over. Second down now, 53 seconds left, 1960. Back and forth, 1916 all game long, back and forth. Rams up by 3. Lauder out of the shotgun, back to throw. Goes down the center, that time nothing doing.
Nolan Larkin again. That's the same route that burned him earlier on the other side.
Was that Weingartner again that he was going for? I think so.
I believe so. Earlier, I believe it was number 21, Thomas Delgado, who burned him 1v1 on that exact same route. This time, Larkin knew what was coming. He was in front of the play. No penalties, because if you get a penalty there, you're practically giving up the touchdown.
Well, the drama continues now. Third down.
Oh, gosh.
47 on the clock, 1916 Rams.
Greenwich still has 2 timeouts left in the back pocket, so that is not the concern right now. Right now is just getting yourself out of this tough spot. They're going to bring a tight end into the formation here, maybe to stand in and pass block and prevent the inside pressure.
Good protection by the Greenwich front line on these pass plays. Lauder back to pass, lots of time, rolls out, keeps it himself, but brought down way short of the first down, I think.
And it looks like he will be short. That play was supposed to go to the man on the far side of his screen on the top. It was a 1v1 ball. That's the only direction Lauder worked. And once that closed, he took off. Greenwich will call its second to last timeout with 33 seconds left.
Louder tried to scramble out and he got close to that first down, but looks like he's a bit short now. 33 seconds or 31 seconds to go.
Yep, broke to the corner, and he didn't have him. Good coverage again on the outside from Nolan Larkin. If New Canaan wins this game, Nolan Larkin is the player of the game, even though he didn't have the Chris Connett kick return touchdown. He has just been rock solid. You see Will McKay, he knows he's short. And this is the game. 31 seconds left.
It's 4th and a long one.
I'd put the ball in your guys' hands. Hunter Clark or your quarterback on the read option keep. They've gone away from it. They did it earlier in the game. It worked for them, Rob. You've got 2 physical guys who will not go down, and that's where I think you go with the football right now.
Run it up the middle, get the first down, then spike it.
Yeah, actually, they still do have 1 timeout left. You can spike it and keep that timeout. That'd probably be the smarter option. Right now, who cares about the 20 yards in front of you? You only need 2 right now. You have the timeout. Time is not of the essence to say. It is not critical. Coach Marinelli's going to come off the field, one last bark to the defense.
Here we go again. Game on the line. We'll see if Greenwich can answer it again.
The game that just won't quit.
33 seconds to go. They need the first down, else this one is over. They did it last time. They're going to keep it. Stacked up at the line. I don't know. Now the second pile is pushed. We're going to have to see what happens here. I don't think so. I think New Canaan has held the line. They're certainly reacting as if they have. And it's New Canaan ball, and this one is going to be in the books. And what a way to end it on a huge defensive play. It's been a defensive battle all game long. They tried to keep it to Louder on the sneak, and New Canaan stacked them up.
There's a sigh of relief from everybody watching. There's not much analysis you can really provide there. Oh, there's a final graphic. Wow, just a QB draw. It's your 5 guys against their 4 guys. Shallon, Pickering, Alex Chur, everybody on that New Canaan front just won the game. The second push denied, and you see it at the end as they celebrate. New Canaan was just able to come over the top and end it. And your Rams are 3-0, and they have played some of the best teams in Southern Connecticut while doing so.
What a fantastic football game. What a great night for football. 19-16, the Rams are going to take this one home. What a battle, back and forth. Nobody was going to say uncle on this one. And in the end, it was the defensive line of the Rams, helped by everybody on the Rams, holding that line up. And that will do it as the buzzer sounds. 19-16. The Rams go 3-0. Greenwich drops to 0-1. But nothing to be ashamed about. As you were pointing out, a bunch of penalties that I think they can clean up, but you really get the sense that they're going to be a factor here. This is a talented football team with a very talented coach. A lot to look forward to. And let's just back it up just for a second for everybody. This whole league exists when high school, the private school, and the FCAC public school leagues were unable to play full contact 11-on-11 football, and these the club league was extended, and there's a lot of great community here that allowed Greenwich to even get into this league. They were added as the 9th team. It was very nice to see all of these other teams accepting them, making it happen. Celebration on the field.
Nothing. I was just pointing out the blue moon on the crazy night.
Dude,
there it is.
We need a shot of that blue moon. My God, look at that.
Happy Halloween. There's your spook.
There it is.
To just go off what you were saying, it's phenomenal to see this team in here. This is about as well you could have played and still lost the football game. This was as close gets. Coach McGillicuddy's going to be around Greenwich for a long time. They're not letting them leave the building anytime soon.
Yep.
And
they'll be disappointed tonight, but I think the point I was trying to get at is at least they're playing. You know what I mean? And I think this was a very heroic effort by a lot of the parents who in Greenwich that got it together. And from what I've also heard, a small detail of this, or not a small detail, but a meaningful detail of this league, is that the teams, because their money is required to to put this together, that the teams have all pooled money, and towns that have lesser means and less able to play, other teams have chipped in. So this is all for the kids, and it's all the spirit of football. And you've got seniors that wouldn't have had a chance to play again, and other kids that are being recruited need to be seen, needed tape. So it's. I know Greenwich will be licking some wounds tonight, but I think overall you got to be very happy with this. Is a fantastic afternoon and now early evening of football.
It's real football. You couldn't ask for more. And as Coach McGillicuddy said in that second, heading into the second half, Rob, it's for the kids. That's all that matters. Because who knows if they will get that spring football, that state sanction. That is no guarantee with what is happening with the country and around the globe right now. And the parents, it's a team sport. There are rivalries on the field, but some things just transcend rivalries. And when you know your kids are hurting for a season and they see the rest of their classmates playing their fall sports, this is real football. And it's a lot of work to get to where they are right now. But they made it happen, and it is as good as it gets. This is the real deal, and we're just so happy that we can bring you the live coverage of it, even though it's limited fans. We work together. This crew has been fantastic. We've been, you've been fantastic, and it's just great to see real football again, Rob, and I'm at a loss of words for how that game ended.
Absolutely correct. So from all of us here, and on behalf of Ian, myself, Ben Saleeby, Chris Jones, Ben Talbot, and the whole local live crew, thank you very much from New Canaan, Connecticut. A fantastic football game. It's the Rams ending up on top, 19-16. Ian, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Right back at
Hopefully
you, Rob.
we'll see each other again soon.
Yes.
And good night, everybody, from New Canaan.